I need to lose about 30 pounds in the next couple of months. I want to look really good for the summer, and I'm trying to see if I can actually make a 24/7 AI health coach. I've tried to do this quite a bit using ChatGPT, and a lot of times what ends up happening is the fact that ChatGPT will start going with my conversations, and then I start a new chat or something, and then it just forgets that I even have celiac disease. And I've tried all these different techniques of putting stuff into memories and so forth. And I thought this would probably be a really good challenge for the OpenClaw. I've started to see some really cool results when I've started to just include it in my conversations. So, for example, I'm just going to show you a quick chat. I'm going to say, like, what is my daily calorie goal? And how much protein should I be taking? So what I have done is I've programmed some of my goals to my OpenClaw, and it can remember this type of information. And the biggest part for me as far as challenge isn't necessarily the motivation, because I'm getting up in the morning like at 5 a.m. and doing my workouts. But the second part of it is just like, what do I eat today? I want something different than what's currently on the plan. Maybe I want to change it up a little bit. The other part I also have a problem with is the fact that, like, I actually have celiac disease. So it's just really hard to really meal plan around certain things, because a lot of recipes will have stuff that's has gluten in them. And so if I can I don't know if I can actually make this a little bit bigger, but basically we can see that my daily calorie goal is about 2,500 to 2,600 or so. And I'm doing a recomposition because I'm trying to like build muscle. And then so far I've been able to build some muscle, but I have a lot of fat that's currently stored around like my waist. And I'm trying to change that up. And this is kind of my protein goals for the day that I got to hit. And so what I'm going to want to do is, like, I have these different memories and things. And I thought, why can't I just wire up a coach directly? And I'm going to walk us through what we need to do to get started. So I'm going to make a dedicated agent from scratch on this stream, and we're going to use my existing ChatGPT Pro account. Whenever I use the Anthropic models, Anthropic will charge me at their whatever rate they use to get tokens. And as of now, OpenAI is allowing me to use my own ChatGPT account inside of OpenClaw. And what that means for us is that you can just pay like a $20 a month, and you can get a bunch of usage out of your OpenClaw. I actually happen to be spending $200 a month because I also use it for AI coding. So in this series, what I'm also going to do is going to make dashboards. I'm going to be using Codex. I'm going to be building out quite a bit of things. I stopped wearing my Apple Watch because I figured out that as of right now, I need to really just focus on the nutrition. They say that abs are made in the kitchen, and I want to get some abs. So by the time I'm on the beach in Hawaii, we're going to be chilling and stuff like that. So this is currently a live stream, and you will be seeing this back as a video on demand if you're not currently live. So I want to give a shout out to the folks who are currently live with us right now. So we got Lee Charles. Yo, what's going on? Claw fam. Hi, Ray. Do you use ChatGPT CLI? I use the ChatGPT, and we're going to get this set up inside of OpenClaw. So we're just going to get this going. It's easy to do your live streams while walking. LOL. You will drop a lot of fat. No tokens used. That is also really cool because I'm going to have some IRL streams that I'm going to be doing. So big shout out to Javier Hill, who knows what's up. I wear my watch for workouts, and that's about it. Yeah, and for me, this is going to be a really interesting thing, and I'm really excited to be doing this as a live thing. So yeah, we're back for another live stream. I stream typically on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So this is my last stream for this week. I'm also planning to drop some recorded content around this, so that way it kind of wraps stuff up a little bit and kind of makes things a little bit tighter. So what's really nice about this live stream is that we can interact like this and kind of hang out and just lounge literally inside my house. And you can ask questions. I'm going to go through the setup right now. It's going to take a little bit of a while. Once we get this stuff set up, I think I have a couple of different goals. So let me see if I can kind of walk you through what that looks like today. So basically, this is our goal, right? Access running 24/7. We can text this thing from anywhere. I can send it like pictures of things. I can send it a picture of my, my protein shake. Like, shout outs to Core Power. So I drink a lot of these guys. I also have powders as well. And I want to be able to like send it over like a nutrition label. And so like, hey, go ahead and read this nutrition label. And here's like even like a little thing. And it should be able to, take this information in and store it. So that way I know like I'm tracking my protein goals. Even just giving it like a picture of this, like how much fat and carbohydrates and stuff it is and like what the ingredients are. are going to be really helpful because, as you see, 26 grams of protein is, it's one of like the, 1/10 of the way there. But I'm trying to get a lot of also nutrition through like actual real foods too, right? Like salmons and the meats, but I can only eat so much, right? But what has been really nice is just kind of been able to kind of keep my stuff going as far as like if I hit my protein goals, my muscles really aren't as sore the next day, which is amazing. I used to have such bad muscle soreness, and I found out I wasn't even eating enough protein throughout the day. So this is just one of these realities of like, I'm really trying to use AI today to help not only me, but hopefully it can also inspire you to start thinking about these things the same way. And it doesn't really require a lot of coding, if at all. We're just going to set up a conversation with an OpenClaw, and then all the other stuff is just going to be extra because I'm really not trying to let this distract me from my goals. It's really just simple, to be honest. It's like making sure I eat enough, making sure I have the consistency in my meals, and then kind of laying that stuff out. So I just want to get to this super chat real quick. Thank you so much, Super Jerry. It says, I've been trying to build something like this to train for Hydrox and a half marathon, and it was a bit all over the place with mine. And going too easy. So yeah, I think this is going to be interesting. OpenClaw has changed significantly. I'm really interested in checking out the latest, GPT, OpenAI stuff, and it's supposed to be working pretty well with it. So we're going to also go through that setup. The ingredients in there are sus. Yeah, so this is an interesting thing. I used also on protein, and so this is going to be another discussion that we're also going to have as well. Huge shout outs to Tommy Pix YZ or something like that. What's up, man? What's going on? It's I love the live stream format, and I'm hoping that other folks are also enjoying this, and you can also share this with a friend maybe who's also kind of wanting to go through the similar journey. So yeah, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna set up the memory. We're gonna figure out like how this type of memory system is gonna work. The key to this whole thing is gonna have this long running memory in our chat, because the problem a lot of these times, and this is kind of the problem with most of these AI systems, is they'll forget, right? So an OpenClaw, I have a couple different techniques. We have a thing called QMD, and we also have another thing that has LCMs, the long context memory. A couple different plugins that we'll set up for our OpenClaw, so that way it'll be able to kind of nail it as far as like, all these responses from time to time. So we got personality as well. So the personality part is probably going to be pretty important. So it's just not going to be generic answers. It's going to hopefully feel like somebody I really want to talk to and interface well. So we're going to set this up in into Telegram. And so our stack is simple. For me, I have a Mac Mini. I like keeping everything very local, especially around my health related stuff. And it's going to be really great. I don't have to worry about anything. My Mac Mini is currently backed up using Time Machine. So Apple has a thing called Time Machine that's backed up. So if something happens, I can always flash it right back to a previous point, which is super handy. Our agent's going to be OpenClaw, and we're going to use the ChatGPT model, and our interface is literally just going to be Telegram. So that's simple. And that way we can access it anywhere in the world, really. So that's that. So that our goal, right? So a coach that can text and that remembers everything. So we're going to try to see if we could set up some skills, maybe do some, see if we can actually read some of my workout files and stuff as well, because we should be able to text PDFs and a bunch of other things. And then we can try to see if we can chat with our coach. So you can kind of see, yeah, this is just the response from our my bot that came back and saying, hey, cool, this is my current protocol for the day. So yeah, it's funny because some people actually need to eat reminder, but yeah, cool. So yeah, let's go ahead and see if we can get this set up. So a real quick primer on OpenClaw. I already have one set up on my Mac Mini, but they do have a thing on their documentation. If you go to their documentation, go to agents, it talks about multi-agent routing. And in here, what's interesting is that you can run multiple isolated agents with its own workspace. Give me a second. Cool. I had to sneeze there. And so what this means is that whenever we're setting up a new agent, it's going to have its own workspace. It's going to have its own area to lay out files. It's going to have its own memory. It's going to just behave very differently. And it has its own, previous chats and previous sessions. That way, like this agent can be just solely focused as like my health coach per se. Because there's a lot of different ways that people want to configure their OpenClaws. Right now I have one OpenClaw that sort of does everything in my life. And for this one, I just want to take on a challenge. First, I want to see, the ChatGPT model with ChatGPT Pro. I already have my subscription. And then I also want to just leverage everything on top of that, because later on, I'm going to try to set up the real-time voice, because OpenAI has this new thing called real-time voice, but I'm not going to get too far into that because I want to start having conversations with things, but like, don't get too distracted right now. We're just going to, we're going to get set up with the health stuff. All right. So this is just the a primer as far as how these things are laid out. This may be a little bit technical, but I have a technical background. I used to be an engineer at Apple for over 12 years. And this is something that I like to kind of get into, like the nitty gritty of things, but I'm trying to also explain them up to a higher level. If you have any questions, just let me know, and then I'll try to answer them in the chat or in the live stream as well. So like drop those comments below. And so, yeah, this is an awesome environment to hang out. We keep everything very positive here. If you're just really about, being really negative or putting people down, we have zero tolerance for that. So you will be kicked out of the community. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and get going here. So the gateway can host one agent by default or many agents side by side. And this is the one that we're going to do, this side by side configuration, right? Because I already have an OpenClaw. And so I think we should just be able to like run one command and get that thing set up. So OpenClaw agents add work. So work is the name of the agent. So I think I'm going to add, there's an agent wizard to add a new isolated agent. Okay, so we can verify agents, OpenClaw agents list, and then bindings. So then add bindings or let the wizard do it and route the inbound messages with. Okay, so bindings basically mean that like you can set it up so it could be bound to certain messages like Telegram. We'll get into that a little bit, but we're just gonna, I think, just follow the thing. OpenClaw agents work. So if I can remote into my OpenClaw. So my OpenClaw is on my Mac Mini. So I'm going to go to my screen sharing thing. I'm going to just blur the pixels because I don't really know what's going to be on the screen here. So we're just going to pull it up here, and then I'm going to see if I can get into my Mac Mini. So let's connect to the Mac Mini. And my Mac Mini is cool. It's right up here. And yeah, just give me a moment to get this all settled up here and then logged in and stuff. And then we'll kind of get this cracking. So I have no clue what's on the actual screen. So we'll see all of my secrets. Yeah. Oh, okay. What is my password? I forgot what my password is. I don't remember. Okay. It's been a while since I've logged in. So, okay, I got it. Wow. Okay. I almost forgot my password. I don't really log into it very often. So, okay. So now that we're in, I have a whole bunch of windows that are open. I have what's my OpenClaw been doing all this time? So, in my OpenClaw, not to get too distracted, but I actually had it create I also watch a bunch of do a bunch of my own like financial analysis. So one of the recent things that I've been doing is tracking like all the stuff that's been happening in the oil markets. And I've been looking, gathering all my data and putting my Warren Buffett hat on. So this is the power of these things, is that they can do some research for you and then come back with some interesting ideas. Especially this interesting one with Costco. I didn't realize that is a staple, but I'm not trying to get too far. But you can kind of see the power of an OpenClaw when it starts to work on your behalf. I'm going to try to create dashboards for my health stuff later on, and they'll basically start to look at stuff like this, basically. So I'm going to get rid of this Windows. Don't save. Perfect. Cool. So let me get rid of these here and pop open Ghosty. And I am currently on the Mac Mini right now. So the Mac Mini we are currently logged into has my OpenClaw set up here. So I'm just going to see if I can make that text bigger. And then we're just going to run some of those commands that it's suggesting on the website, which is OpenClaw space agents add something, right? So OpenClaw agents. And then at any point in time, I just want to give you a quick primer of how like the terminal works so you're not so scared about it. So at any time, you can just do Command K and it'll clear things out. If you do OpenClaw space -H, you can get the help menu for that specific command. And so the way that the shell works is the first command is kind of what runs the program there. And that's what you're able to see. So -H anywhere will get you this type of information. So don't be scared of the terminal. It's not going to do anything crazy. It's kind of really, for me, simple-ish to navigate, but it's not that scary once you start to get the hang of it. And then every single thing then on after are considered options. So once you hit space, whatever you type in next is the next option that you can add into it. And then depending on the convention for how it was coded, usually the -H will tell you what the conventions are. So you can do -options, and here are the different options we can run with OpenClaw. And then there's commands. So that's how you're able to know. So if you're going to do something like this, These are the options that we can have. If there's any commands that we can run, these are all the different commands we can do. So if we do OpenClaw space agents, it says manage isolated agents, workspaces, auth, and routing. And that's how we're able to do that there. If we want to do OpenClaw space agent, this is run one agent turn via the gateway. So that's kind of what you have there. There's OpenClaw space backup. There's all these different things. And then the stars usually denote, a variety of other options is pretty much like inclusive inside of that. So if we do OpenClaw space agents and then -H again, I'm going to do Command K to clear things out. We're now going to see a new help menu that's specific to agents that will then tell us even more commands and stuff like that. So that's why it's a little bit helpful there. And so we can do OpenClaw space agents add. So that's going to add a new isolated agent. And then we do bind to add bindings agents or list the bounded agents and then list. So we can do OpenClaw agents list, and we should get a list of our agents here. Welcome to the command line where dreams compile. And so it's showing me just the one, which is Honu. And that's my current one that I have right now that I'm basically texting over Telegram. And let's see here. Routing, maps, channels, perfect. Okay, for live health, OpenClaw channel status probes. Okay, read the Anthropic credentials from the CLI keychain. No, I'm good right now. Command C, okay. So what I'm gonna do is just OpenClaw agents and then add here. OpenClaw agents add. And so now we're going to add a new agent. I'm basically a Swiss Army knife. Okay, let's see what's going on. I'm probably going to expose all my keys in here. So I have no clue what's going to happen. I'm going to blur it out for a bit. So let me catch up a little bit with the chat. Did you try Hermes agent? Yes. And I don't like it for long-term memory because it's really just not been a really good experience. And right now, I've had a really great experience with OpenClaw. So that's why I'm kind of preferring OpenClaw right now, especially for this thing that's going to have a long-running memory. It's going to have skill files and all these different things. And I feel like right now, this is the best interaction for it. Also, a big advantage of OpenClaw is literally the whole concept of the soul file. So the fact that this thing has a soul and it can talk to you and has a personality is kind of one of the more interesting pieces of an OpenClaw over Hermes. So like Hermes, if like I really want that, like you're an ML machine learning expert, I just want you to be a machine, you go fix my CUDA kernel in that, data center or something, like just go to work. I don't need you to talk back to me, just, handle it. That's kind of where I'm going to get Hermes out of the bag and just do that. For the day-to-day conversation, for my health, for like this long-term thing, I need that personality, right? Because I have to have like this kind of cool back and forth. I don't need like some weird, like kind of focused person that may even forget my memory the next turn or the next chat, right? This is the whole purpose of having the long-running thing. And the other part of it is for ChatGPT, this is something new that we're trying. So OpenAI has released the new GPT 5.5, and we're supposed to have made lots of improvements, especially with compatibility to OpenClaw. So this is by creating a new agent, we're just going to dedicate ourselves to the whole, OpenAI ChatGPT experience. And we're going to see how this turns out. If it doesn't turn out well, all I do is just switch over to the Anthropic model. And then, the soul and personality may just come right back to what I typically expect. So that'll be really interesting here to see how this stuff gets set up. And, this is kind of nice about a live stream. And I really appreciate y'all asking some questions in here, getting some clarity. So, all right. So the agent name, what should we call it? Like, what should we call our agent? So we just call it like Max Gains. I feel like I should call this agent Max, right? Because we're going to the Max, right? Or Ultra. No, I think we should call the agent name Max, right? I'm going to call it Max. All right. So normalize ID to Max. Okay, perfect. Workspace directory. This looks good. Copy auth profiles from main. I'll say no, because I maybe want to create my own, which is basically wanting to have my like own ChatGPT login and all that stuff. So we'll see. Okay, configure model auth for this agent. Yes. So I don't know what's going to pop up, so I'm going to blur this out real quick. So in here, now we're going to configure the auth that we want to use for this model. And this is where I'm going to select OpenAI. I guess I could do Codex, huh? ChatGPT, yeah. So there's two different ones. OpenAI says the direct API, which is not what I want to use. I want to use my existing ChatGPT subscription and Codex sign-in. So that's the one that I want to do right there. So this is where I select that option, and then I'm going to blur the next screen out. And then right now, it's going to show us OpenAI Codex browser login or device pairing. So sign in with OpenAI on my browser, and that's probably the one I'm going to do. So I'm going to select that one right now, and we should be able to pop up a page. And thank goodness I have everything kind of blurred out because I need to do all of the sign in magic. So I'm going to use a different account. I don't know if that account's on here, but we'll see. So this is going to be some song and dance back and forth. Da, da, da. Oh my God, I got to scan this QR code. This is getting too crazy. Okay. But I'll do it. I'll do it for the gram. Okay, sign in with passkey. All right. Yo, this is crazy. All right, fam. Am I in? Use passkey. All right. I think we're in. So it's a good thing I'm setting this up here in California where I'm next to my Mac Mini. Otherwise, doing this remotely, Google will say, hey, we don't know. We don't recognize this. you're too far away from your Mac Mini, and I don't think you're signing in. I don't think you're the real guy, which could happen. So I have multiple factors of authentication for my account, so that's why it's freaking out right now for passkeys. So right now it's basically saying sign in to Codex with ChatGPT, and I'm going to go ahead and say continue. Perfect. All right, cool. Authentication successful. OpenAI authentication completed. You can close this window. All right, so I'm going to close the window and then take a look at here, and I'm going to try to see if I can, it says OpenAI auth complete. So now I don't know what's going on. Okay, cool. So now that it's complete, I don't know what's next. Let's see. Okay, cool. Okay. Cool. So everything looks pretty sane here, and I'm just going to unblur here. So, okay, cool. So it says, obviously it's got the OpenAI auth complete, and then you'll see that the channel statuses, it'll say that Telegram's configured and all these different things are configured and not configured and so forth, right? So depending on what you already have installed, we're setting up a second one. So I can say configure chat channels now. And what I want to do here is I want to configure a chat channel, and I don't want to use my existing Telegram bot named Honu. I created a new one called Max, right? Because our max gains and max everything. We're just maxing out in life right now. So what I'm going to do is going to set up a new chat channel, and this is probably going to be going through setting up Telegram with the bot father and all that stuff. So this is probably a little bit kind of one of the longer ones, but we'll see how this kind of turns out here and see what I need to do. So I'm just going to go ahead and blur the screen again and then configure the chat channels. Yes. So right now it's basically saying, do I want to send it through Blue Bubbles, which is the Mac OS app? That would be kind of fire, not going to lie. I love Blue Bubbles and stuff. And that's the reason why I got a Mac. But I like Telegram as well. So Telegram's pretty good. So I'm just going to use Telegram. I'm already using it. So Telegram bot is super easy. Telegram is already configured. What you want to do, modify settings, I say. And I'm going to say add a new account. So the default Telegram, I can say add a new account, and then the new Telegram account ID. So, wait, how does this work? I forget. So I think the question that I have is, I thought I could set up, I'm going to ask ChatGPT real quick. ChatGPT. Okay, so I'm here. I'm saying I don't need, let's see, what am I using? Extended? Okay, thinking. I don't think I need extended for this. I just need standard. Okay. I already have an OpenClaw set up with Telegram, and I've added a new one. I don't want to use the existing chat, but wondering how I can set up my existing Telegram account to basically have the agent send a new message for my new agent named Max. Here is what I see. Perfect. So yeah, let me see if I could send this over. Okay. Can you have two agents in one OpenClaw, different models? Yes, that's what's going on. I have basically Anthropic on my main one, and then this one I'm having a Max. ChatGPT is literally just going to be that. So for the prompt, enter a simple internal ID like Max or Telegram Max. This is probably not asking for your personal Telegram account. It's asking for the OpenClaw for a new account profile ID. This is for the Telegram bot IPI config. Okay, cool. So same Telegram user account. So you, Ray, using the same Telegram app account is totally fine. So in a separate Telegram bot, we just go to the bot father, and then we're gonna basically just give it a name, probably like Max bot or something like that. This will let the new agent DM you a separate Telegram chat instead of you reusing the old chat bot. And OpenClaw's Telegram docs say that the Telegram setup is bot API based. So go to bot father, save the bot token, configure OpenClaw, then start the gateway and approve the first DM. Okay, so the clean setup for Agent Max is basically go to Telegram, go to bot father, and then we're going to run /new bot. And then from there, we're just going to do something like name it Max or Ray Max Agent Bot. And then bot father will give us a token like this. And then OpenClaw is just going to say, hey, give me the new Telegram ID. I'm just going to enter Max or something. And then we're just going to do /start and then then paste the bot father token that OpenClaw asks for, and then approve the pairing if needed. So OpenClaw pairing list Telegram, OpenClaw pairing approve Telegram, and give it the code. And my strong recommendation is use one separate Telegram bot per agent. So the old agent's using the old Telegram, and then the new one's going to use the new bot. Yes. Okay. So there was a GitHub issue saying OpenClaw supports multiple Telegram bot accounts in the config, but the tool did not expose account ID parameter. Okay. All right. So that looks pretty good. I think this is going to be the thing that I follow here to get this set up. So this is going to be setting up our new agents. Cool. Oh my God. Dados. Hey, Ray. Sorry I'm late. I'm watching this live from my gym. Really looking for those exclusive abs as well. Love your live streams, by the way. I love this. This is the energy that we need right now. If you're locked in, like my friend Dano, COXOS or something like that, that's what's up. And for those who are just getting started or catching up on the stream, we're basically going to have an AI chatbot, or basically our own OpenClaw bot that's going to be running 24/7 and going to be able to ask it anything about our health and nutrition. And so we're going to be setting up the memory, the personality, and the interface. And so as of now, we have the Mac Mini, which I already have set up. We already have OpenClaw installed because that's already running my existing bot named Honu. And the new one that we set up for this specific nutrition, health, and fitness stuff is his name is Max, right? So then I have the model we're going to be using, which is ChatGPT. We just finished getting that set up. And now we're going to set up basically the Telegram for our stack. So then from there, once we get some conversations going back and forth, that's going to be what we're going to be doing for that type of thing. So there's a lot that's kind of going on here. And this is nice about like having a live stream, is the fact that we can do this together. With OpenClaw, there is documentation called multi-agent routing. And so we basically just do OpenClaw agents add, and then whatever the name of the agent is. And that's the setup that we're going through right now. So that's what's up. Yo, what's going on from Dubai, man? Welcome. So yeah, this is what we're doing right now. And I think when it's all done and set up, it should look something like this, where we have a workspace that has a collection of our, even for memories, we have different memories for QMD for each of these ones. So yeah, that's what's up. So I think this is kind of be what we got. This is what we have going on so far. I have basically remoted into my own OpenClaw. So this is the part where it's going to get really fun. And I'm basically just going to probably blur it out for a little bit. And let me see if I can kind of get the instructions. So the instructions so far that I'm following are, I basically just went into ChatGPT and said, I already have an OpenClaw set up. This is where I'm at. And then what's nice about ChatGPT is that it came back with a bunch of information as far as how I'm possibly going to set this whole thing up, right? So I got to go to Telegram, create the bot father thing, get the token and all that stuff. So this is going to be a little bit here. We're probably just going to like either blur out, or I'm just going to hang out like this on the stream and kind of hang out But I don't know, maybe it's so that you know that I'm actually here. This is what we're gonna do. So if you are following along, this is a perfect time for you to follow along, get this stuff created as well alongside me. So that way we can have a coach together. And I think this is gonna be really fun. I feel like if you're on this health and fitness journey, I feel like this is like the best time to do it because, um, you know, these bots and agents can start acting on our behalf. I'm already seeing the power of it already inside of my own OpenClaw. And so now I'm just going to have a dedicated trainer. And what's nice about this specific bot is I can then send it off on its own tasks and research and do stuff for me at night and stuff like that. And it's all using my ChatGPT Pro account. And if you already have a regular ChatGPT, even $20 a month, you can still use that here as well. And what's great about it is the fact that you don't get charged extra tokens. You're not going to get banned and stuff like that. Like OpenAI actually says you can use that account for this type of thing. So why not, right? So I think this is the golden period of time that we can actually use like a really smart model, GPT 5.5, in something like this. So hey, might as well take advantage of it while it's here before it's too late. So if once we get swollen stuff, they can't stop us now, right? So, okay, so let me just go through the setup here, and I'm going to go through the first part, which is going to be setting up the ID and all that stuff. So I'm going to figure this out here. So I'm going to just set okay. Paste the authorization code. So how do I do this? Or full redirect URL. Okay, so if you're go to new bot father so I'm gonna do the clean setup for Agent Max. Okay, so open up Telegram real quick, and then I think in my archive I have a bot father. So I have bot father, and then do run /new bot. Okay, /new bot. Okay. Love your streams. Thanks, man. Dubai, for sure. Appreciate it. How do I plan on handling the memory? I'm going to be using QMD and LCM, long context memory. There's a plugin for this we're going to handle the memory stuff for it, which should be really fire. So I'm going to do /new bot, create the new bot. All right, a new bot. How are we going to call it? Please choose a name for your bot. I'm going to call it Max. And then it's like, good. So it must end in bot like this. Tetris bot, Max bot. Sorry, this name is already taken. I'll just call him Ray Max. Max. Max Health. Okay. I got this crazy ass name. Okay. So done. You'll find the bot here. You can add a description. So I can now message it like start. Yo. Okay. So now I have a new conversation with Max. Perfect. Now I go back to my bot father thing. Okay, so paste the authorization code or the full redirect URL. So is this the keep the secure token? Okay, so when it says, okay. So what I'm going to go do is I went back to Telegram to create the bot. And this is what I see in OpenClaw. And then so what I'm doing is just pasting in the terminal command that is showing me here because it's saying paste the authorization code or URL. And then is that just the token, I guess? I think that technically is, right? So is this just the token? Question mark. What are your thoughts on running memory through Obsidian or OMI? Well, I think whenever you're doing a third party, you're probably going to consume a lot more tokens because you have to read those tokens in and then read them back out. And then you have to add additional scaffolding if you're having like an agent in between, right? So if you're going to have, I mean, just think about it like from a memory in and memory out perspective, and you're going to be having like two different systems acting on each other. So one system is basically you have OpenClaw that already has memory structures. It already has code to read the different files and interact with them, in real time. And then if you add Obsidian, it's going to have to then make another like code path and decision to go and read the specific files. And so if you are like doing agentic design, if you add another hop to this layer, the adding that in to loop back and then add some type of system that will then search stuff for you kind of starts to complicate things. OpenClaw and some of these other agents have already included things like QMD for search. They've also included like the LCM plugins and stuff like that as well. And then you could even add your own like agentic search layer too. And so depending on whatever you're looking at, you can kind of keep things really lightweight. And so I want to keep like very lightweight memory files, very lightweight things like that will say, if you need to look something up, I'll have a project directory and literally just have markdown files inside. I don't actually need to see the files. And that's the whole point of the system is like some people want to see the actual files inside of the actual Obsidian vault and all that stuff. And for me, I don't. And that's the whole point of this is like to make something that's health related that doesn't require a lot of my maintenance. I just yap to it like documents. Send it pictures. It will put them in there. It will store them. It will look up and figure out and organize itself. Like I don't want to spend a lot of time in an Obsidian vault just organizing things, looking at files, modifying them, and so forth. The goal is to just like, this is what I ate today. Where am I at today? It asks me like, hey, Ray, it's already lunchtime. Have you eaten yet? What did you eat? Or I take a food photo and then it goes, looks it up and then hits an API and it comes back, like that type of stuff. Like I don't really need a lot more than that, so I'm just trying to keep it simple. But it's a good question. Yeah. QMD plus Obsidian is fire. Yeah. QMD. You're already writing it to this. Might as well put it. No, it's actually different. It's a different code path. And it just gets complicated. Like if you have a benchmark that shows me that that your Obsidian directory works better than what's built into OpenClaw, please show me. I'd love to see some benchmarks. Like show me at like 1 file, 1,000 files, 10,000 files, and then like 1,000,000 files. I'd love to see like what that graph looks like. Yeah. Let's see. No, that does not sound like the Telegram bot token. For the Telegram, okay, so that's bot token. So it sounds like an OAuth flow usually for the model provider. So what probably happened is save move right now. At that prompt, hit Control C, then back out. Okay, setup canceled. So I basically canceled my setup. Okay, so the safe move right now, do not paste the bot father token to authorization code. For Max, the desired shape is basically account ID Max or something like that. Okay, so there's a bug in the setup. So I'm going to say OpenClaw agents. Okay, so this is... So what ended up happening is I went through the setup and what it was asking for the Telegram account ID. And when I was going to put that in, it changed to a different thing. It said like, please paste in your URL or something like that. I was like, that's not where I was at. So then I hit Control C and then it flipped back to this. And so I just quit it. And so I hit Control C to get out of it. And so what ends up happening is I should be able to resume this setup because it looks like it should have already created the space for this agent. And I just need to finish up the rest of the configuration. And so what I need to do now is probably go back into ChatGPT or just go into like some type of, OpenClaw agents and then set up or something like that and see if I can just finish the rest of the setup because it's probably going to say, hey, you haven't connected it to anything else. So I think there should be something here if I go to the documentation and if I just go into here and I say set up Telegram. /pair devices lists. Okay. Install. So here we are. Okay. I'm just going to go paste basically where I was at in this setup, put it into ChatGPT, and it should tell me how I can resume my setup. That way I don't spend a lot of time looking through documentation. This is probably like the fastest thing. So I'm just going to do that right now. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so let's say, how do we resume our OpenClaw at OpenClaw agent setup? And then once I've pasted that, what else do I need to do? I've already got past this setup and paste it in. Okay. Okay. All right. Let me send this across. Perfect. Okay. And so it's just going to look up some information here and then get back to us. For coaching/tracking, do you find it, if you don't pay for it, you're less likely to follow it? No, I used to be that way, but then now recently I just got super disciplined. Part of it is just I'm just tired of not being, super fit and stuff like that. And I think it's just more of like an identity change. So previously, I used to just pay for a personal trainer, when I was working full time at Apple. And that got me like out of the office and forced because I really hated losing money. And then the motivation there, like after a while, like after leaving Apple, I've just had a massive transformation. When you start to like work independently and work for yourself, you start to like change your whole mindset, right? So you're not dependent on anyone. Usually when you work for a company, like they set the schedules, you have deadlines, you have things you're supposed to be focused on. So you naturally then just self arrange yourself around that whole thing. But then when you have to like provide for yourself and start to go through a whole thing, now you have like a whole different set of goals and things. So you like that flexibility just allows you to kind of cheat all over the place. And so that exposed a lot of that mental thinking in my head. It's like, oh, I could just do this. I don't have to get back to it right away. And then if I did that too often, then I would just get out of shape. And now the switch is the other way on. It's like, okay, now that I have like am on my workouts, I want to get my nutrition, I want to get it dialed in. I want more variety in my foods, but I also want to like, go out to eat and do other things. And, like I know what not to eat. Like when I go out, I'm just gonna order like some basic veggies, rice, and some meat or something like that. But I also want to find other places so that way when my friends ask me, where should we go? I want this like open claw thing to be already have a list of stuff for me to go. Like what places can I eat at? What's safe? What's going to have the salads that are in stock? What's going to have the meat that's really good? Who has a salmon special that's just grilled, no extra anything? I don't want to put extra sauces and stuff on that. I also want to have a good time. So this is kind of where like having like even a nutritionist wouldn't even do that for you, right? So like having my own agent like that is super helpful. And I think it's going to be great once we get this thing set up. So yeah, I think that's kind of where I'm really going with this is just like enhancing things, like using AI to kind of bring this going together forward. And so this is going to be where I'm going to try to get this stuff going. There's a little bit of complications, but I mean, this stuff happens. And I think this is just part of using, really early software here. So the first thing I'm going to do is just use the OpenClaw agents list. And so in here, since the agent basically setup was almost completed, so the Telegram ad account setup, not the whole Max agent creation. So your log shows OpenAI is complete, XYZ. So what we're going to do is just going to be like, hopefully I'll see if I do agents list max and then OpenClaw agents show max to inspect it. And then I could try OpenClaw agent status. And this is going to give me some information. So let me just try some of these things here and see what I get. So if I just do OpenClaw agents list, thanks for sharing. It sounds promising. Yeah, for sure. It's super easy to just work at a computer all day. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah. Okay. So as of now, do I not see it? What the heck? I thought I already had. Okay. Maybe it's still running its runtime. Oh, man. Oh, that's it. Okay. I guess it didn't get set up. Funyuns. Okay. I guess when you cancel the setup, it just canceled it. I thought it created it for us. That's weak sauce. So weak. Okay. This is where I'm at. Okay. Good. This tells us something. Max did not get created. Your list only shows main. Okay. So your agents list only shows default. Restart the Max setup. So OpenClaw agent Max. Okay. And then it'll say copy auth profiles from they know. Configure auth model for this agent. Yes. OpenAI Codex. Browser login when it asks. Paste the authorization. Critical part. Skip the Telegram agent during setup. Choose no. They should let Max agent save cleanly first. OpenClaw agents list. And then you'll see the main default Max. Okay. Then add Telegram. So OpenClaw channels configure. Oh, okay, cool. So then, okay, got it. So then type Max. Okay, so when I just had to type Max. This is the part where I messed up on. It says new Telegram account ID. So I thought I had to give it some type of specific ID, but this is just me typing whatever and then paste the Telegram bot father token only when it asks for the Telegram bot father token. Okay, this is the part that I messed up, and this is the part we're going to redo again. So cool. Appreciate everyone kind of hanging out, and let's go ahead and get this going next. So this sounds pretty promising. All right, so yeah, for those who are just following along right now, we're going to get the bot set up again. We're going to go through some of the stuff to get configured. So our handy dandy ChatGPT always comes in the mix here. So OpenClaw agents add. This is what I got to do. So okay, OpenClaw. Okay, let me just blur this out. OpenClaw agents add. Come on. Plugin runtime. Read the Anthropic credentials from the CLI. Okay. Come on. Let's go. This is why I love live streams, because no one does this. You know what I mean? Like, first of all, it's like extremely hard to just blur your screen at different times, because like you can expose a lot of stuff. And I totally feel why people don't like live stream setting up their OpenClaws. But yeah, my OpenClaw is going to be named Max, because Max gains, bro. So that's what's up, Kiwi-san. So yeah, basically agent name is going to be Max, M-A-X, Max. So yeah, we're going to do the workspace directory, configure model auth for this agent. Yes, I think we're going to do yes. And then this is the one that we're going to do again. So we're basically resetting it up again. So when I hit Control C, basically that canceled everything and probably wiped the directory that we got set up. So yeah, Max gains, right? So we're going to do OpenAI Codex. That's ChatGPT sign-in. The screen is blurry because I don't want to expose any credentials, my friend. So we're going to do browser login or device pairing. A pair with a browser with a device code. No, we're going to do browser login. So we're going to go back here. It's going to pop the browser up. I'm going to do the same sign-on dance again that we did last time. Select my account. This is where it gets interesting. Max abs. Max everything, bro. All right, so this is where I got to scan with the phone again, because I don't have my keychain stuff on this Mac. I mean, I do have the keychain, but I don't have that account. Oh, come on. Okay. Cool. Now it's connecting. Cool. Use passkey. Great. Okay. Continue. Is this good for complete beginners? If not, what do you suggest? Complete beginners? I don't know. I think if you can follow along, like setting up an OpenClaw, the hardest part is this. The next part is just going to be talking to it and adding skills and different things that we want to do next. So, yeah, I think if you could do that, then you're pretty much you're gold for now, right? So, all right. So now, cool. RAI Fernando. That's funny. Okay. Yes. Okay. So now we're going to say configure chat channels now. We're going to be yes. And I think we're going to do Telegram. Yes. And the channels that it has showing up, we can do all these different things. We're going to select Telegram again. So this is deja vu, but the reason we're going through this is because I got confused about this thing called Telegram ID. So let's see. All right. So now we're going to say Telegram's already configured. What do you want to do? So I'm going to, so I'm just going to double check with ChatGPT here, because last time I kind of messed it up, but I just want to see. Oh no. I think okay. Here is where I am now. Oh man, I don't know if my stream is slow. Okay. Sending across. Okay, good. Okay. So skip to leave as is. Because right now your priority is finishing saving the Max agent first. Then after the setup completes, verify that Max exists. Oh, okay. So then we'll do channels configure. Okay. So right now I could just do skip. Okay. So I think that's what I'll do. Hit skip to leave as is. Okay. Let me blur it again. And I'll just say finished. No, I'm going to set this up right now. We're going to do it live. We're going to do it live again. We're going to do it live the first time. I'm going to hit modify settings. I'm not going to listen to ChatGPT right now. We're just going to YOLO. Modify settings. I'm going to say default account, primary account. So back to ChatGPT. And I think what I'm just going to do is going to say default primary. So pick default. Since you're still inside the agent creation flow, do not add a new Telegram account yet. The goal is to finish. So verify default. I'll just say, I thought we were going to add a new account. Add a new account. Default. Hold on. I want to continue. I want to continue right here. Got it. Then choose add a new account. Telegram account ID, Max. Okay. So add new account, new ID, Max. And then, okay, cool. So now that I gave it a Telegram account ID, it says open Telegram and bot father, and then go to /new bot, make the new bot. It also looks like Telegram bot token in your EMV, and then enter the Telegram bot token. Stores a credential directly in the OpenClaw config or use an external secret provider. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is enter the Telegram bot token now. And so here we are. And let me go ahead and grab that Telegram bot token, wherever I got it from. So here it is. And then I'm gonna go back to here and then go over here and paste this guy in. Great. So I'm gonna do Telegram bot API. Right? So Telegram DM, your bot is using DM policy pairing. Any Telegram who discovers a bot can send pairing requests for private use, allow lists. Okay. I entered the bot token, selected channel, recommended, configured. Okay. So, I've done this. And then pasting this in here. Oh, everything's kind of slow. Now it's asking for this. Now it is asking for this. Okay. Okay. So it basically... Perfect. So the thing that I'm having some trouble with right now is it's basically asking me again that it's already configured to select like a bot channel. And so this is kind of where I'm confused at right now. It's like, why is this asking me again? Yeah. So that's what's up. Yeah. I usually just go to the config file. The CLI is very confusing. Never know how to proceed. I agree. Yeah, I think the easiest might be the config file, but this is kind of why I'm doing it live right now, is because I kind of want to figure this out. It's been a little while since I've done this, and I'm wondering if they've even improved the experience here. So, so the next step here is it's saying that to like basically where I'm at, I'm going to say skip leave as is, because I'm kind of back in this loop again, because I'm wondering if I can set up multiple accounts, and maybe that's kind of where the loop it's in right now. And then I should just say, as soon as I skip, I should be able to do OpenClaw agents list, and I should be able to see Max. And then I could check the channel status and see if it actually came through. So we'll see. Let me see how that turns out real quick. So I'm going to go to skip, leave as is. I'm not sure what will be exposed. And then I think I'm just going to go to finish down below. Cool. So the confusing part is when I hit skip and leave as finished, what I end up seeing is it keeps bringing me back to select channel, And so this is kind of the part that I got confused on, is that technically you can keep selecting different channels and setting them up. So if I want to do Telegram, iMessage, Slack, I can get them all set up here before leaving. But since I'm done now, it's already configured. You could even see it says configured. We can go ahead and go down and say finish. So that's what we need to do now. So we have to go all the way to the very bottom and go to finish. So it's been a little while since I've done this. So Telegram, simple, easiest way, register with BotFather and get it going, which you already did. Configure the DM access policies now. So it says default is pairing. So I think let's go ahead and just double check. I think, great. Okay, very close to done. Okay. My whole system is lagging so bad right now. Let me refresh. Maybe that's what's up. I should probably just use the iOS app. Okay. I'm gonna open the ChatGPT app is lagging so hard right now. Okay. Here is where I'm at. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna not use it on the web. The web thing is lagging super hard. Okay. So choose no. Keep the default DM policy pairing. That's fine for now. Okay, cool. Default is pairing. Configure, no. Use the route selected channels for this agent. What about here? Choose yes. You want yes, and then about, oh, okay. So now, in this pane right here, when it's asking configure the DM access policies now, it says no, just leave it to pairing. And then the route selected channels for this agent. So it says I have to do yes. And this is where I'm going to select the Telegram account Max and bind route/bind the agent to Max. So pick the route selected channels to the agent and say yes. And then select after the setup verify. Okay, so cool. So what this means is that once we set up the route for the Telegram thing, then Max will be bound to that little thing so that my conversations with Max will start to kind of go through it there. Okay, this is really cool. Setting up two different things on one account. So route selected, yes. Okay, so now it's going to overwrite that, and it's written the stuff into the workspace in the sessions, and it's looking pretty good. So I'm just do Command K to clear some of this out. I'm going to clear out some of this other stuff over here, and I think we are good. So the next thing is I want to go ahead and go to where it says OpenClaw agents list. I have no clue what it's going to show up, so I'm just going to keep this blurred out. OpenClaw agents list. Okay. So now that we have OpenClaw agents list, it's going through. Hopefully it shows up Max, and then I'll be good. So that means I'll have two agents on my machine. So I'm going to have Honu, and then the other one I should have is Max. Yay. Okay, cool. So this is awesome. Amazing. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, let's give ourselves a round of applause to everyone. And hello to I am Sati from Turkey. Hello. Welcome. My Telegram response is delayed when I'm out of office. I select Mac Mini in my office. Any suggestions? Might want to do some Telegram Doctor and see what's going on, or OpenClaw Doctor and see what's going on. Justin, what's going on, man? What's up? Okay, so good news. We have our main agent. This is the default one. This is the one I originally set up back in the day when I got my Mac Mini almost a couple months ago when I was in Hawaii. Actually, 4 or 5 months ago, maybe when I was in Hawaii. I don't know. And that one is currently running Opus, right? So that's pretty cool. And you can see that I have the Telegram provider set up. Apparently, the Telegram for this is set up here with Max too. I don't know what that means. So for my second agent, this is called Max, and it has its own workspace. So it's going to live in agents, Max agents, versus the main is going to be living in here. And the model that I'm using for my agent is going to be OpenAI Codex with GPT 5.5. And so this is the only routing rule it has, and it's routing using Telegram Max. So the providers are configured here. And then the routing uses the map channel peer-to-peer agents. Use bindings for all rules. Okay, cool. So looks like we're good. I'm going to just go ahead and just see if I can grab this here and say, I think we're Gucci. I think we are Gucci. What is next? What do I do with my bot on Telegram? I haven't done anything there with Max. Okay. So I think the next step will be then going to our actual Telegram and then sending the message and making sure we're good. It says Gucci, your routing is exactly what we wanted. Telegram Max is configured in the bound to Max agent while your default old Telegram's in. Okay, cool. So now this is what they wanted. So this means that messages coming through Telegram account Max should route to the Max agent, not the Honu main one. So to start, verify the Telegram runtime. So OpenClaw channels probe. So I'll run this first and then see what's going on. You want Telegram Max to show us healthy, running, and working. And OpenClaw's Telegram docs say Telegram uses the bot API, defaults to long polling, so it starts the gateway once the token is resolved. Okay, cool. So if it's not running, start the gateway, OpenClaw gateway. Okay, so yeah, we should already have this set up. So let me go ahead and do that probe now. We're gonna start probing. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to probe with me? Let me know in the chat. Type in probe. Type in probe in the chat if you're ready to probe. Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. All right. This is not a game. Well, maybe it is, but like, it's okay. So let me go ahead. OpenClaw channel status probe. Let's go. Justin's ready to probe. That's what's up. Okay, cool. Hey, Ahmed, how's it going? Why not Hermes? I did a little bit of an explanation earlier, but mostly evolves around the soul file and the like actually having these long-running context agents and using the various plugins. Would love to hear your experience of you using the latest version of Hermes, and let me know, if this has worked out for a similar thing, specifically around like AI, health, and fitness, because like for something like around AI, health, and fitness, I really need that, back and forth and like that character to really kind of keep me locked in. You know what I mean? So yeah, let's go probe. Bro, you're probing, bro. Let's go. Okay, so it says that the gateway is reachable. Telegram default is connected and running with the bot at Honu or whatever. I don't think I see my new Max one in there, so that's interesting. So I'm giving it the results. I'm literally just having these conversations with ChatGPT. So what I could do, I have to do the Telegram pairing. That's right. So, okay, that's right. I haven't even done that yet. Yep, that's the key clue. OpenClaw sees the Telegram Max is configured. The routing is Max, but OpenClaw status shows that the Telegram default is running and connected. Cool. Okay. So what I have to do is OpenClaw gateway restart, then run channel status probe again, and it should have everything running. Okay, so I do have to restart my gateway. Okay, that makes sense. Let's restart the gateway. I have no clue what's going to show up, so we'll see. Okay. Gateway restart. Restarting. Oh, I want to play with the new Open 11 Labs music. That's I want to start playing with that because we got to get some lock-in music, right? Have I tried Paperclip? No. So OpenClaw channel status probe. Let me go back to probe again. Let's probe again. We're probing again. Checking channel status probe. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, I didn't start with my starter music. I usually like to start with this music. That's my favorite intro song. Yeah. So this probe is taking a little while, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what's going on with my probes. Is your probe taking this long? Probe. Gateway's not reachable. Hey. Timeout. Come on. Okay. Let me try probing again because maybe the thing is still coming back up. Right? Okay. We're back. Sheesh. Let's go. Okay. This is good news. I have my Telegram bot. This is all blurred right now because I don't want to show anything. I don't know why, but whatever. I have my Telegram Max account already configured. I think we're almost there now. Okay. So the first part obviously takes a little while. This is why I like to do the live stream. We're kind of hanging out. If you want to see an edited video, let me know in the comments. I'm definitely going to try to go through. I probably won't go through a lot of the setup in the editing because I think a lot of people unless you find it very valuable, let me know if you want to actually see the setup, like how to go through the setup step by step. I can record a dedicated video for that. Maybe if you're just getting started and you're not really familiar, kind of scared of the command line or setting up your OpenClaw, that could probably be very valuable for you. I just want to know where you're at in this journey. I know a lot of other people are coming from different spaces. Some people who in the health realm don't know a lot about AI stuff, so you're kind of still playing around with things. My other friends in the AI space are super nerded out, like crazy command line, like, using these terminals and stuff. But I want to try to meet you in the middle. You know what I mean? I feel like I could try to make a nice edited video. It probably won't take long. It'll probably take you like 2 minutes to watch for the first part. And then the second part is like injecting the personality and the memories, which is what we're going to get into next once we get this last part configured. So the longest part is getting the OpenClaw like really up and running, and then getting us set up with the ChatGPT Pro account, which is the super easy part. But the last part, or even just a regular ChatGPT paid account, $20 a month is fine. The last part, once we get the Telegram talking and wired up, the rest is just going to be the fun part, which is going to be the memories and everything like else. But yeah, let me know. Eddie, you're perceiving that the stream is blurred. Nah, fam. No. Well, it kind of has to be because there's a lot of protected stuff in there. And if you're going through this as well, you'd probably want to like not expose those types of things too, because that's kind of as well. Yes, my probe takes long. I always get timeout, but it's usually fine. It eats my CPU. Yeah, the probes once the gateway restarts and comes back up and it's running, it's pretty fine. So yeah, who wants to tell Jack Martin what we're building today? Because we've been going on in the stream for a little while. So somebody give him the TLDR right now. Then we got you. All right. We got you, fam. Okay. So we have that here. And going back to my screen here. And what we got so far is our Max account set up with Max. And the audit failed means like it works. Okay, cool. So next step in the Telegram is go to search for this one and hit start. Okay, cool. So let me see if I could do that right now. So I gotta go to /start. Okay. /start. I think. Okay, cool. So with this here, it says access is not configured. Your user ID is this, and then here's your pairing code. Ask the bot owner to approve with this, and we're ready to go. Okay. So OpenClaw list pairing list Telegram. So how do I do this for the Max bot? How do I do the pairing for? So it pairs with the Max bot and not Honu. I'm just curious. OpenClaw list pairing Telegram. I think it should already route because of the way it's already set up, but I'm just curious. The pairing is tied to the bot account that receives your Telegram message. So the key is generate the pairing from the actual bot, not the Honu bot. Ah, okay. So because it already is aware that the routing, oh, okay, that's right. So in my configuration, when it says the bot here, this bot is going to be the one that's receiving this thing here. If that makes more sense. Okay. Yeah, I like how Fukas basically just copied and pasted the ID from this exact live stream and showed what's going on. Any TLDRs? Bro. If you want to see the TLDR, I got you a video later, man. But basically, we're basically making this an AI health coach. And we're going through the setup, which is the very beginning part. It's like, how do you set up the OpenClaw? Get it linked up to Telegram. I already have a Mac Mini that's set up with this. And then what do we do next after that? So if you want to stay tuned, you got some time for sure. I appreciate you kind of hanging out. If you want to come back a little bit later, I will have timestamps in the actual live stream that you can come back to. And let me know if something that is interesting you for me creating a video. Do you want to actually see a detailed setup? So that way there isn't as much blurring and stuff going on. As part of the live stream, it's just more for hanging out. Like all of us kind of hanging out as a community right now, asking questions back and forth. I've appreciated some of the questions. People are like, why aren't you using Hermes? And then why aren't you, whatever, XYZ? Those are very helpful. It's really fun. So yeah, if you got some time, hang out. And this is what it's chilled. It's a live stream. A lot of people actually think, it's really funny. People think this is actually like a legit like YouTube video. I was like, no, this is live right now. Like this is actually really live. People are asking questions. So is everything blurred on purpose, or he doesn't know? Yeah. So the way that things are happening is like I blur stuff because I don't know like what stuff I'm going to expose. So like I could accidentally expose a API key or a pairing key or something that I don't want to like expose right now. So that's kind of why I'm doing this. It's just part of the whole live stream thing that just kind of has to happen. So as of now, what I'm doing like this, like I don't want to expose my key, but I just want to make sure that everything's okay. So all right, so what I'm going to do now is just finish going on. So the blur stuff that's happening is actually part of my app for live streaming, and that's called Ecamm Live, ECAMM Live. But yeah, cool. Cool. So yeah, Mike, I'll get back to you in a bit, as well as Brian. I know you got some questions, and so I'll get to those in a bit. So okay, so I'm gonna try to set up my channels. So I did the probe. I already hit start, and I'm gonna do OpenClaw pairing list Telegram. So this is the account that we want to do. So here is the commands we want to do. So I'm gonna do OpenClaw pairing list Telegram. It's gonna ask for a code, and then I get the code from my bot that I already have in the separate chat. And then all of this now is just gonna go through the command line. This is also in the documentation inside of OpenClaw for setting up Telegram. So if you want to also see this as well, you don't necessarily have to ask ChatGPT, but I just find it easy to follow along with that. So that's what's up. So we're going to do this here, paste it in here. And so it says, cool, pairing requests are here. And I now see the pairing requests. And I just do, if the pairing codes appears, do OpenClaw pairing, approve Telegram. And then the code is, code here. Perfect. So the request actually shows my code, which is really cool. So approve. Cool. So now approved Telegram sender. So now I have an approved sender from here. Oh, it even tells me OpenClaw pairing approved Telegram. Okay, this is what I pasted. Okay, cool. So I'm going to Command K. And then once I have done that, so all I have to go is like, what agents are you is go. So now I go back to my OpenClaw, and can I clear the chat here? It doesn't let me clear the chat, huh? Clear chat history. Sure. Yes, clear. Okay, cool. Start. And then what agent are you? All right, cool. It's typing. Oh, okay. So how do we set up the soul file and stuff? Okay, it's typing. I got a response. Okay, let me open a new window. Okay. Let me clear this chat too here. Clear chat history. Yeah. That way I don't expose any of the stuff by accident. Okay. So here we are. Okay. Let me go back to max typing. Okay. Oh, cool. So working from, awesome. Okay. So now that I have this set up, okay. So unblur. Now we got this. Perfect. So I said, what agent are you? Hi, I just came online. Who am I and who are you? I am OpenClaw agent in this workspace, currently labeled Max, but I don't have a real identity yet. Name, vibe emoji. We can make it simple. You can call me Max, or we can pick something better. Okay, so it is catching up and is actually working right now. So as of now, we do have the agent up and running. And so cool. I'm just gonna send it the screenshot, and I'm gonna say, I think we're cooking, fam. So pair Max specifically, okay. So I think, yeah. Can I just, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna just give it this screenshot and put it in here. Okay. How do we set up Soul and the next steps here? Okay, cool. Oops. Awesome. Time for onboarding process. Feed it a name, duty, etc., and fill up the soul file identity. Exactly. Yeah. TLDR. Yeah. Thank you so much for helping other folks who are just getting joined in. Basically, controlling it via Telegram. The blurred screen is temporary for safety to not expose API keys. Exactly. Ahmed, you are the real MVP. I really appreciate you. If there was like a level up, I would definitely level you up right now. Like add a little mushroom or something, just the Mario mushroom or a Mario stall. My OpenClaw is called Clippy, and it started to automate a lot of my life for real. Yeah. Okay. So I think so is OpenAI letting people use their pro account for OpenClaw, including image generation and a banana? Yes. Yes, exactly. So you can use OpenClaw for your using OpenAI and stuff like that. So that's what's pretty awesome. Um, might as well make your camera full screen while active blur. Do you like that better? Do you like to see me like in full HD while I just kind of type away on the computer? And I could just maybe I should have like a small little blurred screen in the corner, like right here or something that just shows like I'm typing on my computer. So that way people know it's just like, this is blur screen mode. It's just like a blurred screen, like, or like secret credentials are going on. So that way yeah, maybe I might set up a scene like that. That'd be kind of fire, I think. Yeah. That's really good suggestion. Why am I not using what is that? Can you explain a little bit more, Brian, about what that is? Why am I not using? I don't know what that means. Hey Ray, where are you today? How's your health journey going along for me? Yeah, as of now, Mike, body fat percentage, I need to get a DEXA scan because my I've gained a whole bunch of muscle. Like I've actually been measuring, I've gained like almost half an inch or more on my like biceps because like they were super flat before, but now like I got like a crazy like pump. I was like, holy smokes. I was like, I'm actually gaining. And my shoulders are kind of crazy too. Like, because I've been working out like 5 times a week. And so, and then like strength wise, I've kept getting stronger too. So, like I really focus a lot on form. So like making sure I have the right form and so forth. So I'm not really going for like how many push-ups can I do, but more like, okay, when I'm doing the incline dumbbell, am I actually like the two parts of my blades, are they actually like, touching and so forth? And when I extend out, can I put a pencil between my chest and squeeze it as I'm doing the last squeeze, right? So I really want that like feeling to go all the way across. And same thing with my legs and my arms and calves, like every single body part, kind of doing that. But it's only 1 hour for 5 times a week, right? So it's not crazy. I'm not doing sprinting. I'm not going running. I'm not like trying to kill my joints or anything. In fact, I'm not really doing a lot of walking. A lot of it I'm trying to control through nutrition, right? So nutrition and the weights. I'm trying to basically recompose my body because, once I lost a lot of muscle being on long COVID, I really couldn't move much. And then I got super big and then had to like get thinned down. But in that process, I really couldn't work out because I was getting too exhausted. But now I could start working out again, and that's what's been really nice. So that's kind of been what's happening as far as like the fitness journey there. I don't really get as tired as much, but I'm now at the point where like, okay, I need to grow muscle. I need to eat lots of protein. And so the scale is kind of looking weird because it's looking the same, but I've already lost about 1.25 inches around my waistline. So that's super massive to get that much off. And I still have more to go. Like I have quite a bit of roundness up here. And so 6'3", so right around like 200 to 205 pounds, depending on the, how much water I have and how much whatever's going on here. And the other part is like, I'm like about, so the, like measurement wise, like around the waist, I'm really trying to get that down super, super low. And I could already tell like a lot of my pants are super loose now, which is amazing. And I still got a lot more to go. I still have like 30 to 40 more pounds, like 35 more pounds to lose. And most of it's fat, it's literally just fat. So I have to like gain more muscle and then just lose the fat. So the DEXA scan is going to help me because it's going to get me like understanding of like of all the different areas. It'll tell me, okay, your fat percentage in your chest is this much. Your fat percentage down here in your belly is this much. Your legs are this much. That way I'll have a better read and I'll be able to kind of hit it back and forth. So I'm still trying to find some places here in the Bay Area that'll give me a good DEXA scan. I've tried to place a couple in Palo Alto and they're like, we're too busy. We can't talk to you. We're so like, oh. I'm like, okay, thanks. Bye. And this is, part of the whole journey. So I want to give my OpenClaw, basically my DEXA scans, and it'll save them, on my device, on my Mac Mini. And then we'll be able to reference them. And then like later on, I'll basically be able to build my own apps and like my own iOS app as well. And I'll be able to track everything, right? From food to everything, all of one. The OpenClaw is the brain that drives everything. So that's kind of why I really wanted to get this started and kicked off, because we're in for quite a bit of a journey and it's going to be amazing. So I have some before pictures and I'm still taking some pictures now. And we're gonna go through it. So by the time we're on the beach in Hawaii again, like in November, it's gonna be crazy. You won't be able to recognize me. That's what I'm say. That's all I gotta say for that. So it's really exciting. I'm hopefully like you're on the same vibe right now. And if you've been watching the stream, I think you're probably on the health conscious vibe too. Because a lot of the goal here is really to eliminate a lot of crap and just get right into it, right? So that's what's up. Yo, big shout out to Andy. Creatine, I'm not trying to take creatine right now. I'm just trying to keep it clean. Like clean being like good foods. The only thing I'm taking powder wise is protein powder. So yeah, protein powder is probably the only thing I'm doing. And then I have like some caffeine electrolyte type of things that I have. It's from ON. They have a really great little mix there that basically keeps my muscles and stuff, electrolytes and stuff going while I'm at the gym. That way I just kind of, a little bit, I like caffeine. So like just staying caffeinated a little bit and then getting my electrolytes in. So it keeps me hydrated too. Speaking of hydrated. That's what's up. Good job on the gains. Next thing you'll know, the agent will turn you into Brian Johnson. No, Brian Johnson does not like sunlight. Dude, sunlight's so healthy for you. Like, it's crazy. Like, you have to go outside. Like, if you go paddling, I know people in their 90s in Hawaii who paddle. And, like, they're strong. I was like, what's your routine? And they're like, I don't go to the gym. I just hit the water every morning. I'm like, for 1 hour, right? In the ocean. And they're like in their 90s and they look super young. They look like 15 years younger. I'm like, I thought you were in your 70s. How are you so fit? They're just like, I've been doing this for 50 years. I'm like, chill, bro, chill. Holy smokes. Okay. So there's something about environments that really shape you too, right? So if you're eating good foods, getting some sunlight, you're going outside, getting some exercise, you can live a long life. And I bet you some of those people in Hawaii live longer than this bro is going to live, spending millions of dollars on his body. I'm just saying, like, if you were to choose, do you have millions of dollars to throw on your body? Probably not. But do you have like you and me, like type of money to just be able to just say, I'm going to go to the counter and grab like some fish and cook that tonight with some veggies? We can all do that. I want to go outside and get some sunlight for 20 minutes, walk around and just stay healthy. Cool. I could do that. I can go pick up some weights and like lift and do things. I could do that. I don't have to spend millions of dollars on powders and things that like, I don't necessarily like. I just gonna eat the food. It's simple. Eat the food. Like eat the food that has nutrition. Don't like, you have to go out of your way to eat processed food that basically doesn't have the nutrition. Why? Right? If you're going to spend money, spend anything, spend it on like a better, like grass-fed steak, some like nice farmed fish that's like you can trust from a local source or something, or somewhere that's kind of nearby, farm fresh eggs, like things that you can, where it comes from. That's what it's all about. That's actually the key to long life. The things that are killing all of us are the things that are processed, right? When you go to the grocery store, you walk right in, like, don't eat that nonsense, right? Like, I was a massive Doritos fan. I love chips. And now I've decided it's like, I'm not going to eat chips anymore because I don't need to fry my food. I just need to just eat the food, eat basic food. Like eating something that's fried with chips introduces way more calories. And sometimes I'll eat them, right? Like just because I just like, wow. But then now it's like, I don't want to eat anymore, right? I don't want that in my body anymore. I don't want any of these things anymore. This is like, I'm giving this up. Like, I'm changing my whole life. And if you're about that, this is what this whole thing's about. Like this stream, this movement, and there's going to be people who are about this life. And if you're not about this life, that's okay. I think move on. Don't take anyone down with you because everyone in this community is going to want to lift each other's up. And it's a hard journey, right? Like to remove foods that are in your body, like because a lot of these foods have a lot of addiction stuff to it, right? Like the salts and the sugars, especially sugar. Sugar is insane. The way that sugar is a drug is the fact that people will be outside in the freezing cold with their puffy jackets and everything to stay warm, waiting to spend money at an ice cream shop, which is full of sugar, right? Like all the ice cream in there, like that's a drug. Tell me a person who has drugs, who's also outside, who's like probably homeless, who whatever money you give them, they're going to go wait and buy drugs. They're also in the cold. They're doing their thing. Are they not the same to you? Like right now, like that addiction part of that brain that's activating, like one's legal, one's not. Like that's in your food. That's what's crazy about it. Once you start doing this and start to recognize this, that's like the other big uplift, right? So that's the movement that I'm on right now. And this is like, there's nothing stopping us, right? Like the fact that you're here with me right now on the stream, we're cooking because we want to unlock greatness and we don't have to spend tens of millions of dollars on our body. We literally could just start eating fresh today. All of this stuff can be done literally like on a notebook like this. You don't need an OpenClaw, to be honest. The OpenClaw stuff is because I'm super interested in tech. I'm super interested in like technology and like using these types of things, especially AI, to do research and find some novel ideas to help us with this process. And it's not going to cost you like tens of millions of dollars. That's what's up. That's my lecture for today. All those people, what's
Skinny, bro.
Okay, fine. I'll spend the money, fly to Hawaii instead. That's what I'm talking about, bro. Spend $1 million and buy a house in Hawaii. I think that's a better than like spending $1 million on a program, to live like 5 more years, right? I'm on 20 grams of creatine PD. My cognitive function is much better. Or maybe that's just too much quitting alcohol. Quitting alcohol is huge. Like that's massive. I don't drink. I haven't drank for maybe 5 years plus because I just get brain fog. So crazy to look young because the sun destroys the skin. Then we must be taking sunscreen. Yeah, I mean, if you're going to be in the sun for a long time, definitely take some sunscreen, like that's what they do. Don't sleep on creatine. It's great for brain function, not just for lifting. Yeah, so that's something that I'm still kind of waiting on right now. I'm really just like not trying to change too many things. Like first of all, like just changing the nutrition part is massive, right? Even if I just do that, without without adding creatine in, I think that's already a big W. I'm more terms of like long-term sustainability. And so creatine, I don't know, like I really, I want to see if I can get this source of creatine from food, and like taking a powder just seems like a subscription that I don't need. I'm just saying, you know, caffeine, I could probably live without, but I like caffeine because I brew my own coffee. Y'all know that I brew my coffee. I have a Chemex back there. And I'll probably do some brew sessions where I'll teach you how to brew some coffee. You will actually discover that if you get light roasted coffee and brew it in a Chemex with the right ratios in the water, coffee is actually not supposed to taste bitter. It kind of has a berry flavor to it underneath it, has a lot of richness to it. And so once you get the right types of coffee and you start brewing it, it's really great. But the other part of it is that it actually suppresses your appetite too. So that helps if you want to eat and make sure you're getting your proteins in and you're not overeating all the right junk. Because sometimes when you get too hungry, you get these cravings, you're just like, you got to be eating some, enough protein. And so one of my secrets is to like literally down a protein shake before dinner. That way I feel pretty full, like in the middle of dinner, and I just stop eating. I'm like, okay, I got to stop, because I used to have these like crazy hunger pains, but everything's now kind of getting regulated with some normalcy, which is really cool. So it's been about a month. I think April 1st is when I started. So it's been April 30th. Yeah, 30 days. Cool. I've already lost an inch and some change, an inch and a quarter on my waist. So that's what's up. Okay, cool. So I'm currently running Max. Perfect. So the next in Telegram, send Max this exact message. Hey, Max, let's get this set up properly. First, inspect your workspace files. Looked for. So I thought there was like a CLI setup, right? So not a doctor. Since you're Max bot, I'd make Max the calm, health aware executive operator. So, okay, let's see what's up. Please don't, dude, coffee is the best, man. Coffee is the best drug. I can't live without coffee, bro. I love Turkish coffee too. Turkish coffee is fire. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I talk bad about like nicotine, alcohol, like processed foods all day. Coffee is one of the few drugs that I like. But yeah, I don't know. Coffee's become a ritual. It's really beautiful. Like once you have that, but mostly, especially for like the health, the suppression, you don't have to take it obviously, but there's lots of people who do. Yeah. Use Telegram to feed it all the info. It puts it in the soul identity. Okay. That's how I did all of mine. Okay. Yeah. So I think that's what we'll probably do, Brian, which makes a lot of sense, right? Just use Telegram to do that. Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah. I don't need to do this here because this is going to be, okay. So I think we're pretty much good on that. So let's go ahead and see this here. So it says, I'm OpenClaw running as your max. Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and set up your identity and stuff. Let me know what we have to do because your name is Max and your emoji should probably just be a dumbbell or a arm in a brown color, um, doing the actual flex because you're really helping me on my fitness journey. And I have a lot more information to kind of explain to you, but I just want to make sure that we're going to be getting this set up so you have your identity and your goals and how you can actually help me and stuff. Okay. Love coffee. Yeah. So my favorite coffee is from, I'll show you right now. It's from, here we go. So while this thing is getting set up, I'm going to bring this down a little bit. Okay. SEYcoffee.com. So if you want some amazing coffee, this is amazing. They have a roastery in Brooklyn. And so what makes them amazing? I'll show you why. So they get coffees from single origin places all over the world, lightly roasted. And so with the light roast, I think the one that I'm drinking right now, I had the Colombian pink bourbon. This was fire. This was amazing. Oh, so good. Single origin, they tell you the actual, so you'll learn a lot about coffee just ordering from say, right? So like where it's from, Colombia. The type is pink bourbon. So I didn't really know a lot about this stuff. I started learning about wash processes and all these different things when I started ordering coffee. So if you want to get like 250 kilograms, it's $27 for this type of thing. If you drink for two people, like if you drink 42 grams of coffee, is usually what I for myself and my buddy Chuck. It's about, I get like an apple glass, which is or a Pavina glass, which is about 10 ounces or 350 milligrams. So you can make 700 milligrams, like basically, like two American sized cups of coffee. And you'll be buzzing for the day because this light roast has a lot of coffee. But this is really fire. So they tell you about this. They tell you about like their pricing details because they're also like about helping these different regions. I love everything about what Say does. They're so fire. And they tell you a little bit about pink bourbon. So it's a new variety grown primarily around Huila, Colombia. And the variety has been identified genetically as Ethiopian Ladras. But unfortunately, we cannot get any more specific stuff about the database. But they tell you about the farmer, where it comes from, like the Sierra Morena, and like a lot about the kind of the history and even like the process for processing, handpicked at ripeness, floated, and like when it was harvested as well. So pretty cool stuff, really delicious coffee. I haven't been to the Brooklyn place, and I think I will go visit, but this is where they're at. This is where they do the roasting, but they ship them out all over, I think all over the world as well. I have a subscription, so I get a couple of things. Oh, Burundi is also my favorite region. I need to get this one. So yeah, you start to find out where your favorite regions are. It's seasonal, so there's always every month or so they'll have different stuff because it all sells out. So they'll get different countries, different regions, different varietals, depending on whatever's in season. So that's pretty much what ends up happening. Let's see, what are the subscriptions like? So you can get a couple boxes. You get discounts for different. So I have a six bagger. Every month I get, I think it's $126 a month, maybe. You brew your own coffee. I could probably do 5 or 4 because I brew for 2 people. So and these are all the volumes. Like these are different coffees I've got. But yeah, basically you get 6. They'll just ship you out each of them, and you get it there. So that's what's up. Oh, it looks nice. I'm in London, UK, so it might be costing $10 more. Yeah. If you can get a bag, that'd be so cool. Don't eat the 7. I love the 7. I love coffee. I love coffee too. Yeah. So let's see how our OpenClaw is doing. Okay. So our OpenClaw, let's see, it says here, done. Can I make this bigger? I want this. Can I zoom? No. Full screen. Zoom. What does zoom do? No. Okay. Font. Can I make the font bigger? Oh, okay. So I wish I could make this font bigger because that'd be so cool. Can I do magnifying glass? Okay. So this is going to, hopefully you can read this. Maybe you have to like zoom in on your screen, but basically I have Max, my emoji with the little brown, thing here. It's an AI training partner, warm, helping the fitness journey. And what we still need to fill in is my name. What should I call you? Okay. My name is Ray. Fernando, you can call me Ray. Can call me Ray. Your fitness goals, routine, injury schedule, equipment, so forth. Anything you don't want me to nag about and mention, business boundaries tracked. We don't have to do all at once, but give me the basics first. And what should I call you? And the main fitness goal. Okay, cool. So let me get you some of that other info shortly. Okay. So what I do is I actually have another agent that actually has my stuff. So let me see if I can do Command 0. Oh, hold on. Let's see, Telegram. Okay. So I'm going to ask my Honu bot thing. I just made a dedicated bot and his name is Max, and he's in a different workspace and he's still on the same Mac Mini. And I've just started his soul file and everything. And I want to get him started on the right track. Can you give me a lot of our conversations that we've had around my health and fitness journey? Because this Max is going to be the one that's really in charge of my fitness, health, and nutrition to get me towards my goal for going under 10% body fat. Okay, so I'm going to let that do its thing. And then over here, we have, got it, Ray, wrote that down. Whenever you're ready, send me the fitness content from whatever easiest form. Messy is fine. I'll organize the goals, current baseline, constraints, and how I can help you be accountable. So what I have already done over here is that I actually have actually dedicated folders and memory files in my previous chat experience with Honu, which is my main agent. And so Honu is currently running on an Anthropic Opus 4.7 account. And I'm actually having to pay for the usage, which sucks because I can spend easily $300 to $500 a month just on that alone. It doesn't use my existing OpenAI Anthropic subscription because Anthropic no longer allows you to use anything like that. So they see the signature that everything that's coming in from OpenClaw, and they're like, nope, not allowed to do that. And if you find out you're trying to circumvent that, they will shut your account down. I'm not trying to have that. So what we ended up doing is I've created now a new bot, and his name is Max. And so with Max, he's set up with my ChatGPT Pro account. And so you don't need a Pro account, which is $200 a month. You can get away with a ChatGPT Plus account with $20 a month. And if you want to spend $100 a month for basically ChatGPT to get more usage, that's what you can do as well. So what we ended up doing is we configured it that way. So that way it's using my subscription, and those tokens that we're going to be using are all going to be included in the plan. So you have a flat rate. You don't have to spend more than $20. You don't have to spend more than $100. You don't have to spend more than $200. And it's going to be great because I'm going to have this conversation. And so Max is going to be tracking my health fitness goals. My health fitness goals right now, I'm about 20 to 23% body fat right now. And I'm trying to get down to under 10%. So I have to lose probably like 20 to 30 pounds just to get there. I'm also having to gain some muscle mass. So there's a lot of different things that I need to keep track of, like getting a DEXA scan, health and nutrition goals, and so forth. And I've been doing that right now just without this type of thing. I've been kind of sort of feeding it into my bot here and there, but I'm realizing that I want to have like a dedicated coach / bot there to be able to do what I need to do. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. So let's see what's going on here. I didn't get the response. I just got, okay. So I wrote that down. Okay, yeah. So that's where we're at right now. Telegram settings, size text. Let me see if I could do that right now. So go to Telegram. Oh yeah, because for my eyes, I like the small text. So for the streaming size, I need to do the bigger text. So Telegram settings, size text. Let's see, text, size, appearance. So yeah, I think I could probably do a lot bigger. I'll do like blind man. Yeah, okay. Let me go back. Let me click this here. Okay, yeah, this is probably a lot better. Okay, way better. Okay, for those folks who are wanting to see contacts. Okay, cool. So, all right. This looks way better. So now we got this here. This is probably like a lot more readable for the stream. Yeah, this is massive though. Am I doing any blood work or labs? That's fun to. I'm not trying to focus on that too much. I think I'm just going to do that with my regular health checkups. As of now, I probably don't need it. I'm just basically just mostly focus on the fat to muscle gain. So getting the DEXA scan is the most important thing. My Honu bot is not responding. Okay, that's weird. You there? I might have to SSH in and then run a session to see if I can fix this. This is really interesting. Yeah. Okay. So the first part is pretty much done, which is kind of getting the setup. The next part is going to be kind of feeding in some more information on what's going on in here. So maybe see like I have another bot whose name is Honu and you guys are on the same Mac Mini. Are you able to see and grab some of the files from the workspace and take a look there as well and maybe even chat with Honu? I'm just really curious because that has a lot of the stuff that I was already talking about, and you may already have access to the health and fitness plans and the different stuff in that workspace. Okay. So yeah, I don't know what's going on. It says, yeah, okay. Yeah, sorry. I went for a deep search and pulled together every, oh, snap. Two questions I have before I drop the handoff. Where should it land? Max's workspace is at max and has a clean state. I can either drop the comprehensive Ray Fitness context at the workspace root so he reads it on first wake up, or build out the memory health folder within the split topic files, like your main workspace pattern. My pick is a big file. He needs the whole picture in one shot. He can split it up later. Cross workspace access. Max workspace is separate from yours. Should I copy the relevant source files into Max workspace? Self-contains and is evolved. Reference paths in your workspace dry, but decouples them. My pick is copy and Max takes ownership. Yep. And your workspace stays as your record. Cool. So I think that's what we'll do. Let's go ahead and prep that comprehensive doc at the workspace root, but put it in the folder where you put the other things related to my health there. Okay. So what I'm going to do is just like I'm going to say, go ahead and prep the comprehensive doc, but put it in the folder where you put my other things there. We'll tell Max to look at that comprehensive doc as a starter point and let him take it from there. Okay. So I think that's what we'll do. It says, okay, cool. Yeah, I could see the shared workspace on the Mac Mini. It has the health and fitness journey. Oh, wow. Cool. Here's what I found. Nice. Awesome. Perfect. I'm chatting with Honu. I currently don't see an active Honu session. Wow, this is really cool. So what's kind of cool about having like a Mac Mini is that when you create a new agent, you can have access to those files in that same workspace. And that's really cool. And part of the reason why I even wanted a Mac Mini to begin with and why I didn't deploy my OpenClaw or like this specific OpenClaw on a VPS is because it's my health records, my health information, and my personal data. And I don't want that living at a data center. I'd rather have that here, right? So when it's here, it's kind of easier. And now adding this dedicated agent that's going to specifically help me for health, it can kind of see those files, pull those types of things in. So now we're creating like it's like hiring someone to come into our life and saying, there's a filing cabinet over there full of a bunch of conversations I've had. It's in that room. Can you just go pick them up and just start getting to work? And that's the thing of why I started this thing here. So it's like, yeah. You can just have agent communication, OpenClaw, set it up pretty often. Yeah, so one of the things is that I sort of want to direct it, if you know what I mean. So I want to see the file that it generates. I want it to see if I can move some of the stuff myself. And then from then on forward, I kind of like let it do its thing. I I don't know. There's something about me wanting to kind of really curate this thing and kind of get that feeling for what I want for the agent and how it talks to me, but we'll see what's up. No, they can't. I already tried this before. Need to group and make them communicate, but Telegram doesn't allow bots to communicate. Ah, okay, okay. Got it. Yeah, that sucks, man. That makes sense. Okay. It's saying it can, but OpenClaw is currently working. So it's basically working behind the scenes, right? So like it can write a file to the directory and the other bot can read that file. So therefore they're kind of communicating with each other that way. So yeah, I solved this by building custom relay using Python. That's also true. Yeah, you could do a couple of different things to relay them so they could talk to each other. But it's kind of awkward, right? Yeah. I'm on the OpenAI Codex 5.5 auth for $20 running, or 20 pounds running OpenClaw and Hermes. No limit issues yet. That's amazing. That's a really, that's good to know. That's really cool. I just use Discord for my agents. I have so many Discord groups I'm in right now. It's kind of noisy. So yeah, I'm sticking with Telegram. It's just easier for me to kind of keep things a little bit dry that way. So that we'll see what's up. Okay, so I'm still trying to figure out what's going on with my OpenClaw. Okay. Let me know how it's going when you get a chance. Cool. That's what's up. All right, so let's say coffee. We got the OpenClaw stuff that's going on with our install. Yeah, okay, and we have the OpenClaw assistant. Okay, so OpenClaw is doing that thing. Yeah, so that's kind of that in a little bit of a nutshell. Yeah, I would love to hear about y'all's like health journey and stuff like that. Like what's the status on your health journey? Are you like in the beginning of starting something like this? Have you started one already for yourself? How has that gone so far? I've had a lot of these conversations in ChatGPT, and even with a new memory feature, like it just doesn't feel like I'm talking to someone who kind of gets it day to day. And there's something magical about what OpenClaw has been able to provide, especially from the memory perspective, that just kind of makes it easier to pick the conversation up and just keep going and going and going, right? So the other part of it is previously I was using the Anthropic models, but now with the latest ChatGPT 5.5 and my latest Codex plan, I mean their rate limits are so high that I'll probably never even hit them. And so the more exciting part of this is, one, has OpenAI improved everything and all the tooling and stuff around this so that we can have this nice conversations and finally do our tool calls. And then the second part of it is like, will like the actual OpenClaw agent feel as friendly or as warm as it has been with, with Anthropic's latest one? And my thinking is yes, but I need to see for myself. So this is kind of why I've started to do this. And yeah, this is kind of like the little health journey that we're on right now. So we're going to try to figure this thing out. So I'm, for whatever reason, my guy is like not there. Like, you good, fam? Like, I think my bot died. I have no clue what's going on. Okay. Still working, doing the move pointer plus pointer now. I don't think there's a pointer. I don't need a pointer. Reference path. Pointer? We were copying the files over. Yeah, it's gonna come back to me. We'll see. Yeah, this is wild. Yo, cool. So I'm curious, what are your current goals right now? Have you also like been on a health and fitness journey? Where are you at in this type of thing? I know someone earlier was asking, is this too complicated to set up for a beginner? I think the most challenging part is probably getting the OpenClaw onboarded and set up. And this is something that I'm thinking about actually doing like a little mini cohort. So I know a lot of people like have a lot of different questions and stuff, and sometimes it's just easier for everyone to do it all at once. If you're interested, just go to startmy.ai. I have a little cohort sign up type of thing. And right now, a lot of people have been signing up for like doing something with OpenClaw. And I want to really focus it around like this AI health thing. And so if you have questions on trying to get this set up for, OpenClaw or whatever, I want to try to run this little cohort and get the first batch of people kind of going and see what we learn from this whole process. I've not really run a cohort like this before, so this is kind of new to me. I have a bunch of emails that I need to get back to because there's a lot of people who've already signed up for it. It's totally free for you. Just put your email list on there. So I'm going to be selecting some folks. Just let me know what you're up to as far as have you had trouble to set up an OpenClaw? What has been your problem when you do set it up? What's going on with all that stuff. So that way I could try to group the right people together so we can kind of get this thing going. So as of now, it says, yes, I got distracted reading files, finishing now. So here's the layout. So the source of truth now lives in this handoff plan, and Max pointer in his workspace is going to be this, updated with start here blocks or something like that. It cleaned up a duplicate copy from Max race fitness continents, so there's only one source of truth. And Max first session flow, when I boot him up, will have his identity and so forth. This handoff ends with a list of questions. So I think what ended up happening is that my OpenClaw here in Honu ended up modifying all of the files for the agent and the soul and identity. So I'll have to take a look there and see kind of what's going on. I was hoping that this wasn't going to happen, but that can happen. I really don't know. We'll see what's up. It's really interesting to see that it's being able to do that. So that's, yeah. Hey, Ray and the gang, what's cooking? Man, we're trying to get fit right now. Just started our my fitness and health journey after 6 months of being fatty. Yeah, man. Let's get it in, bro. Let's Paul Rodriguez official. Let's go. Let's get it in. Are you like Paul Rodriguez, like the skater, officially? If so, man, I used to skate quite a bit back in the day. What's your overall plan with this? It seems interesting, but curious if you're planning the biometrics from smartwatch, meal apps, that kind of thing. Kyle, I'm mostly trying to keep it super simple right now and not trying to go crazy with the biometrics. In fact, I no longer wear an Apple Watch anymore. I used to work on the Apple Watch team. I started the beginnings of the Apple Watch, right? So I worked on that project, wore it the entire time. I've was probably the longest person alive to wear an Apple Watch, right? I wore it in the shower, wore it everything, right? And I no longer wear it because I wanted to really simplify my life. And I realized that once I lost a bunch of weight, and I'm not discrediting the team or anything like that, it just became too much of a nuisance. There was a lot of things it was tracking, like sleep. And it's I have all this data, but is it actually improving my life? No. Is it moving my life in a different way? In fact, it's probably causing more confusion, right? I thought that all the calories that I would burning would mean that I could eat more, later on and so forth. And I just take it off, all the additional notifications and other things that came in with it was just too distracting for me. And so I found the simplest thing is just okay, locking in on a routine, right? Strength training, at least 5 times a week, 3 times a week to start, but then I bumped it up to 5 times because I wanted to, get more muscle strength. I was used to doing a lot of muscle training and strength training. So my body started responding really well. After I was doing 3 times a week, I wasn't as sore. I was okay, let me add in more days and kind of do more splits. And I was okay, cool. I'm growing muscle back again really fast. So that was really great. So this is strength. The other part was nutrition, right? So the nutrition part is really what I'm much interested in for utilizing my OpenClaw. I'm not stopping you from connecting your thing, but that's going to be a later phase in my life. I feel like if I want to start tracking things, with blood counts and stuff that comes in from my watch data and so forth, I think you can do that. And that's kind of what's cool. It's I can vibe code an app that will just extract the data from my health account and then just dump it into a dashboard that I can see and even have my OpenClaw ask questions about. So that's definitely possible. It's definitely there. It's not going to be the primary focus right out the gate because really I'm just trying to nutrition my way there with proper habits and proper food and stuff. And then those other things are kind of bonus features. They aren't necessary, right? I don't need a subscription. I don't need an extra piece of hardware. I don't need $1 million routine from, our boy who looks like Star Trek. You know what I mean? The only thing I need is some coffee, some protein powder, and I'm good. I'm good. I'm good, and some food, some good food. Right. So yeah, not the skater, bro. Oh, come on, bro. Come on. You kind of look like it too, right? Apple Watch detox. I love that. Yeah. I might come around to it again, but yeah, it's kind of, there's several layers of detox here. And I thought I was the first like, I would say the first month of not wearing it, I really missed Apple Pay because I was so used to clicking everywhere and paying with my wrist. It was just so amazing. But I got used to paying with my phone now, and I really just don't mind anymore. So, yeah, I'm at the point now where I have 2 Apple Watches that I'm thinking about even selling because they're the Apple Watch Ultras. And I was like, I haven't worn them for almost like 4 or 5 months now. So, like, they're just sitting there doing nothing, and I'm paying for a cell phone account for each of them. So I should just get rid of them. And I think I will. So that's what's up. But when I go to Hawaii, I would wear it sometimes when I go paddling. So that's the other thing. Like if there's an emergency out in the middle of the ocean, I can literally hold a button down and it'll send a thing and like a helicopter will come. Like, cause that happened actually once too. Some folks I was paddling with, somebody had an Apple Watch and I wasn't there, but like they had a heart attack further out. They were able to call 911. They were like 3/4 of a mile out. And by the time they got the boat back to the beach, through paddling, there was already the emergency folks waiting there with stretchers and everything. So like, it's an amazing piece of technology. And, I used to work on it. A bunch of people worked on that too. And it saves people's lives, which is amazing. Like that's really great stories and stuff like that. So that's kind of why I haven't really sold it yet. It's because like I'm going back to Hawaii in a couple weeks. So I'll be paddling and it is very helpful to have a piece of cellular technology out in the middle of the ocean if something happens, to anyone, right? Even if you're by yourself too. Very, very, perfect for that type of scenario. So yeah, I mean, but it's not something I'll be wearing like day to day. Plus, yeah, I don't have, I used to have, I think I still kind of, that's gone now. I used to have like a white little ring there. So that was really cool. Let's see what's going on with my little thing here up here. So it looks like it went to town. Okay. So what happened? Okay, so Max, you're right. My bad. Pointer assumes cross space access, which Max may not have. Actually, files plural. Let me copy the whole supporting library too. I think it got too excited. Okay. Okay, what Max gets? He gets orientation. The rest of health fitness folder has the full source files. Quick facts about the orientation. Max appears to have been awake for while we were doing this, so the old context in his workspace earlier is gone. He created a fitness directory, and his workspace shows about a minute before I checked. He's already organizing. Want me to peek inside his fitness folder? Okay, this is kind of crazy. So his workspace has this type of stuff. There's like a fitness folder in there now, a diet log, Jeremy Ether 3 layers belly fat, Jeremy Ether nutrition framework, meal plan, body game. Let's go. Workout plan phase 1, intermediate. Hawaii schedule notes. This is crazy and includes a source of truth sync. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to say, wow. Okay. So now I've had Honu, which I was previously talking about my health and fitness goals, send over all the documentation and put stuff into your workspace. Can you just double check that everything is there and just wondering where we can pick up from here? Let's go. This is wild. This is so cool. Nice. Okay. Let's see what's going on. Had to step out a bit, but I love for you to do a coffee brewing stream. Yes, definitely. Yeah. I actually have a couple of casual Sunday streams, but I think I might do one on Sunday. Sunday might be the best way to do it. And then I'll show you like the ratio. But yeah, it's pretty simple. It's 16.666 to 1. So whatever your water is, that's how much coffee to water ratio. So usually I'll do 700 milligrams of water, like the weight wise. 700 grams of water. That's 42 grams of coffee. And yeah, I'll kind of go through the brew process. Maybe I could just spell it out right now. How to brew Chemex 16 to 1 or something like that. I do 16.66, but yeah, it's basically kind of the same thing. Yeah, this is really cool. Yeah, so it looks just like this. So you basically pour the water in. I usually do 42 grams of coffee. No, yeah, 42, and then 84 is the first pour. So I have this on the scale. It blooms up and kind of gets rid of some of the gases and stuff. And then I just do 420 grams and the weight for the next pour. And then once it gets to 420, I kind of let it go down for a little bit, and then I pour the rest out until it goes to 700 grams weight wise. And then you'll have two beautiful cups of coffee ready to go. So yeah, that's what's up. Delicious, delicious. Oh, so good. So yeah, that's kind of that in a nutshell. All right, so what happened over here? So Max says, what happened, Max? Okay, yep. Honu's handoff landed cleanly. I verified fitness in my workspace. I also compared them against my source files in the global workspace. The only thing intentionally not copied is the scale screenshot image folder. Perfect. It's even asking about my DEXA scan. Okay. This is a big missing ground truth item. Current numbers today. The training check, how the 5-day split feels now, energy, soreness, long COVID fatigue. Nutrition target cleanup. Handoff says path A is now this, but the older docs say 2000 to 2300. We should confirm path A, then I'll show you updated docs. How do you want me to operate? Daily check-ins, weekly review, meal QA, workout logging, pushback, etc. Round recommendations: start with a DEXA result before you, if you have it, and tell us the BIA tape contradiction was noise or anything we need to address. Okay, cool. So as of now, I want to really focus and dial in on my nutrition stuff. You may have seen that I have celiac disease, and I just want to make sure you confirm you still have that, because I want to really hit my protein goals. And in the mornings, I like to start out with a banana and then hit the gym. And then from there, after the workout, I usually have 2 scoops of the On protein powder. I don't know if you may be able to pull up it on one of those logs, but you'll be able to see the grams of protein there. And then if you need me to take a picture, I can provide that as well. And then after that, usually for lunch, I like to have like a salad, sometimes from Sweetgreen, and some protein, so forth, that would be included in there. And then I usually have another protein shake. And then for dinner, I'll have whatever I need to make for dinner. So I want to focus and see if I can get some meals and a meal plan sorted out that would be able to hit my calorie goal. A lot of it really focused around lunch and dinner. So that way I have some flexible meals and be able to hit my targets easily while be able to lean on out. Okay, let's go. Cool. So I sent it over that and we'll see what's up. Ask Max what you prefer mid to short answers. He should update personality file. Okay. Yeah. I kind of like longer responses, to be honest. It's pretty cool. Wow. So it's actually reading a bunch of stuff about from my memories. What about the same tech, but in a smaller non-watch form? I don't want to wear anything right now. I'm just kind of like, most people don't know this, but like I go to the gym. I don't even wear headphones. Like I've started this new practice where I just don't wear headphones and I really try to concentrate when I lift. And so once you start doing that, you actually start to focus on your breathing. And you start to focus on like your actual movements and stuff like that. And so when you start doing that, a lot of people like to just pump the iron super fast. But what they don't realize is that like whenever the muscle's under tension, the longer it's under tension, the more of the workout you're doing. So if you don't have it under tension that long, you can lift heavy, but you're not going to grow as fast as someone who's like actually going slow down and like, pushing up faster. So that actually, like if you just take the same amount of reps and just add that in, the longer that you do that, you're going to actually grow muscle pretty fast. And a lot of times when I'm listening to music or listening to a podcast, I tune out of my workout and I'm tuning into the podcast or focusing on that, or I think I'm focusing on that. And then I don't pay attention to these little nuances. And then also, especially if I'm squatting or doing some deadlifts, I really have to focus because I want to make sure that my muscles aligned, especially as I'm getting towards the last sets and I'm getting pretty tired. It's so easy for me to recruit another part of my body or another muscle, and then you start tweaking your back. And you're like, once you tweak your back, that's rough. And it's really hard to go from there on forwards, right? So I try not to ego lift. If I go heavier if I can, but I try to use a little bit lighter weights and make sure I hit the top range of my volume. And once I keep hitting that consistently, I bump the weight up so that I keep hitting, the top weight of the next range and next range. So, I try to make sure I push to the very end, and I make sure I keep that form really, really tight. So yeah, no listening to music, really focusing and concentrating, and it does make a bigger deal. So it's helped in a couple different ways, by the way. The other way is that it's also helped me actually focus in my day-to-day life. I noticed that I'm not really reaching for my phone that often. I'm not reaching for Twitter and scrolling and doom scrolling a lot. Like I kind of set us periods of time now. Okay. It's like in the morning, okay, I have this period of time. Sometimes during rest periods, I'll pull out the phone. I was like, okay, cool. I want to check to see what the latest buzz is happening, on X. I have 3 minutes for my rest period. So I'm going to do that, right? After I've kind of like done that thing. And it's kind of cool. Like, it's like I get to take advantage of my rest and my little app will tell me that like, okay, 3 minutes is up. Cool. Go hit it again. And it's like, put the phone away, go right in. It's very rewarding. And I always look forward to my exercises and it makes it pretty fun this way. And that's what's up. Yeah. Time under tension is key. And the right rest time. Yeah. It's not an expert, but exactly. Time under tension. Exactly. And then the rest time is super important. That way you're hitting the fresh energy and like I can hit it and then like I get that volume throughout the week. So at the end of the week, I'm good. I need a good beat when skating. Oh yeah, when skating, so skating is a little bit different. It's like an art form right now. iPod Nano was amazing. I remember that. Yo, what's going on, man? We're chilling. We're chilling. Yeah. All right. So what do we got here? So yes, I still have the celiac constraint. Perfect. No shared fryers. I don't even eat fryer stuff anymore. On gold standard way is logged as not certified GF, but generally under two. Okay. Typical on is 24 grams of protein per scoop. So your 2 scoops is probably 48 grams, 240 calories. If you send a label pic, I'll lock in the exact numbers. For your current pattern, I'll build around this. So this is what we got for path A. And then added sugar is basically 0. So I'm trying to do 0 sugars, right? Celiac safe, macro second. The base day is a pre-gym banana. I got the post-gym 2 scoops. I got the lunch target at 650 to 850 calories with 45 grams to 65 grams of protein. Afternoon shake, I could do 1 to 2 scoops, right? And then for dinner, I'll hit 900 to 1,200 calories with 60 to 85 grams of protein. And if I want a protein treat, I can do like a Greek yogurt with gluten-free protein ice cream. I don't like ice cream or desserts, but I definitely do Greek yogurt with 0% fat. And then I put the strawberry protein powder from On as a scoop, mix it together. It tastes so fire. And then apparently, if you're into ice cream, you can freeze that, and then that can become your ice cream, which is crazy. So now you get high protein, like very low calories, but also high protein. And then you can add fruit into it. My favorite fruit to add is like blueberries or strawberries. So I have a yogurt, no honey, right? I don't need honey. Like I got fat to burn. I don't need the sugars right now, right? So that's what we're doing. Like I'm basically burning my fat and then like get my calories. The protein keeps me full for a long time, which is so fire, right? So my lunch options are going to be the Harvest Bowl from Sweet Green. That's about 800 to 900 calories, right? 60 grams of protein. I can do a Chipotle bowl, which will get me 600, no tortilla. Yeah, I don't eat tortillas. My gluten, right? So 750 to 800. That's a lot. That's great. I could do sashimi, rice, and edamame. I don't eat edamame, but tamari only, which will give me the nice salts. That's 650 to 800 calories, 55 to 70 grams of protein. That's what I had last night. I had like sashimi, seaweed salad for the fiber. I got white rice, just perfect combo. I could do a home bowl with 8 ounces of chicken, steak, salmon, and then rice and potato salad. Mashed potato plus a salad. That's 70 grams of protein. This is looking fire. So the dinner rules, pick 2 protein anchors if eating out or 1 big anchor at home. So 10 to 12 ounce meat, fish, chicken, rice, potato, veggie salad, and then a sauce checked for gluten, free of gluten and sugar. So yeah, I don't do a lot of sauces, but I try to look for the sugar-free stuff. I don't really need them, to be honest. Once you start eating clean like this, you really stop reaching for sauces. And like, you can tell when you had sugar because you're just like, whoa, I can't eat this again. This is too crazy. And what's cool is like, once you stop like weaning off of sugar, I started to notice that like, I don't have the cravings I used to. I don't have the like reach. Oh, I need to grab this, right? So when I start to taste the food and I'm already starting to think like, oh my God, I need to get more of this. I need to get more of this. I have to stop myself. I'm like, oh, this is like, there's something in this food that they've added or a combination of things that is making me trigger this like addiction. So I have to stop. So that's kind of like why I also want to keep this whole bot with OpenClaw, is because now I can have this conversation. It's like, hey, I went to this restaurant, I had this meal, and there was something in there that made me like want to keep eating more, and I just couldn't stop eating it, right? Like there's just something about this potato chip. I just could not have one. I had to have more. That's a sign that like there's some addictive properties to whatever is in there and that you should stop eating it. So keeping that as a log, keeping that into its memory, I can keep that over a long period of time, right? So that way I'll have this like little journal and it will be self-referencing. This will stay with me forever, right? It's literally living on my Mac Mini, and OpenClaw is going to remember that, which is the whole reason why I do this type of thing. So that's really cool. Man, this makes me want to order sashimi and spicy seafood. Oh, the seaweed salads are so good. Oh, I had that under I had that weaning off sugar too. Yeah, like a Reese's peanut butter cup would taste completely insane. Yeah, dude, they're just super sweet. So recently I got the Quest Recess one, just Quest Recess or Quest Peanut. I got this one recently. I tried this for the first time. I was like, oh my God. It was like super rich because I haven't really had chocolate or anything like that. Because I wanted to try it. I was like, I'm really curious to see how these taste like because they have like less than 1 gram of sugar, but 11 grams of protein. And it was like, I don't know. I was just like in between a meal, right? So I was like, what does this taste like? And I was like, bro, this is actually really fire, but holy smokes, it tastes like boom, like a big chocolate bomb, like not even chocolate, just like a nuclear blast of sugar, just like, but it has zero sugar. And you know, like that's how powerful some of these sugars are. And that's what happens when you stop eating sugar for a long time, not a long time, but just even like a couple of weeks, you really start to, like not like, you have, I'm just eating sugar from natural fruits, right? Like, I eat strawberries, right? Anything berries, anything fruit, I'm going to eat you, right? Pineapples, all that stuff I definitely eat. So that's what's up. But like, if it's going to be straight up sugar, like I'm getting like some gummy worms or something, no, no sugar. If it's going to be a sauce that has sugar in it, no. That's kind of where I cut the thing off. So like if it's a natural fruit, yes. Juice, off the table. No juices, no sodas, no stuff like that. I will eat like the flavored sodas stuff, you know, the bubbly things that have like basically it's zero sugar. Definitely do that. Unfortunately, I love kombucha, so I had to cut that out because they actually put a lot of sugar in kombuchas, and I was like, oh, okay. And at that point, it's like I might as well just have sparkling water and just do a fresh lime squeeze. It tastes so good with lime squeeze. It's so good. Toss my referral link. I don't have a referral link, but yeah, I'll probably see if I can get something. Yeah. Let's see. Honey, can't eat honey, man. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a. It's okay, man. You can be whatever you want. Like, just tell people to F off. Like, okay. My recommendation is that you make a lunch dinner matrix. So go with 8 to 10 go-to lunches. Yeah, that way. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. I think this is a good idea. Can you help me do some research and kind of find some cool recipes and ideas so that we can do this? That way they're easy to make and I can go shopping on a Sunday and we can kind of get this thing together. That way I'm not scrambling too late for getting really healthy food. I just realized it's 1:50 and I have to head out pretty soon. So I'm going to continue this conversation with Max. And for those who don't know, I do live streams every Tuesday and Thursday. And I've just started on this whole new health journey. So you're watching day one of me getting this OpenClaw set up to basically be my 24/7 AI health coach. And so the reason why I'm doing this is because OpenClaw just has way more personality than a typical like AI chatbot. So if you typically talk to like a ChatGPT just by itself, it's not going to have that like longer running memory that we need. It's not going to have that like inside joke that I was going on with something. It may not have like this ability to capture this journalistic thing because I use ChatGPT not only for getting work done, but a whole bunch of other things. So having a dedicated OpenClaw agent that's really specific to helping me on this journey is going to be the most exciting part because now I get to group everything under one concern. And this thing is going to be, you know, helping me back and forth with my nutrition. I could send it images of the stuff that I'm eating. It can turn into my diary and log. And in the future, I can start to build out apps that reference the brain inside of the OpenClaw itself. And so you're probably thinking, okay, Ray, how come you don't do something about Hermes and like what's going on with that? And so my problem with Hermes right now is it doesn't have the same personality that you can get from an OpenClaw. And that's literally like the most important thing, especially when dealing with something personal like in health. Hermes is like my nerd that I'll put in and say like, yo, You need to run the Carpathy loop to go talk to the NVIDIA CUDA kernels and start to wire up this new open model so that I can do XYZ or whatever, some other cool nerd level 9,000 thing that I need to do. I got you. That's Hermes. You're coming out the gate from the back, $1 million man. You're gonna come right in. You're gonna get it to work. I know you're gonna get stuff done, and that's gonna be fire. But here with OpenClaw, like OpenClaw has a soul file, it has a little bit of an identity, has a lot of stuff that's been going on that we can interface with Telegram, which is a little bit different than Hermes model, right? So I want that longer memory, I want that conversation, I want that relationship type of thing going on. So that way it makes it easier for me to have this back and forth with. This is all still new as far as a paradigm in AI, and I have no clue whether this is going to work out or not. But one thing is true is that I'm focused on my nutrition and my fitness, and I'm going to get down to my goal of under 10% body fat. And right now I'm around over 20% body fat. So that's kind of like red alert status as a male in America, right? So this type of journey is, something that I've already kicked off for myself, but I love using OpenClaw. I love using these type of technologies. And I think there's a lot of legs here for this to kick off. And the nice thing is it's not going to cost me an arm and a leg because I'm going to be using my own ChatGPT subscription. So if you have a $20 a month subscription or you have $100 a month, even $200 a month, you can set that up. And that's what we did today, setting it up with Telegram. So that way you can have that communication with the agent and you're basically capped at a certain level. Luckily, the rate limits are very high with these agents. So you're not going to, blow up anything. And if you're wondering, okay, will my account on OpenAI get banned if I'm using it inside of an OpenClaw? And guess what? It's not going to get banned. So that's actually the biggest bonus to this whole thing is the fact that like OpenAI actively encourages you to use your ChatGPT account. And you can use your ChatGPT account inside of Codex. And it actually walks you through the setup when you set up your OpenClaw. That way you can start communicating with it right away. If you're going to use it inside of Anthropic stuff that I was doing before, Anthropic is going to make you pay. So if you're using any type of agent, like this type of stuff with OpenClaw, they're gonna be like, yep, we know that's coming from an OpenClaw. You got to pay up, boy. Yeah, pay up those tokens. And for me, I'm already spending $300+ a month just on OpenClaw. I'm not even doing crazy stuff with that. So I'm trying to basically minimize the costs. All of that's now going towards my ChatGPT Pro account. So like spend $200 a month on that Pro account. I have the best coding agent with ChatGPT 5.5. I can use Codex. I can already use this stuff for my OpenClaw, and there's a lot of really cool benefits to the whole thing. And like, it almost sounds like a commercial for OpenAI, and I wish it was. OpenAI, if you're watching this, please send me a bag because I would love to talk about you all day. I'm already doing it for free. So, but most of the people who follow along have already known this whole journey as far as like what we do here and what we're doing in this channel. So if you're interested, I used to be an engineer at Apple for over 12, almost 13 years, right? So it's been a crazy journey to leave that space and kind of work on my own and do my own thing. Coming into the whole AI age in 2023, beginning with early prompting to the earliest forms of, vibe coding before it was even called vibe coding to now like agentic engineering and then using agents to accomplish tasks and set our whole life up for these types of things. This is not only a new journey for me and for you, but for the entire world. And we have this opportunity to leverage this level of intelligence to be used with us. And I say this is the time for us to kind of hang out. So if you're about this vibe, definitely stay locked in. Make sure you stay along with the stream. Everyone on this stream is really fire. If you're not about that life and you're about putting people down or trying to create these straw man arguments or just accuse people of things without evidence, you will be kicked out. And your comments will be banned and you'll be gone forever, basically. We don't tolerate that type of stuff here. We're really about trying to help each other be successful. And any conversation that basically will take people down and not want to make people be successful, you don't belong here. There's so many other great YouTube channels that allow that type of stuff. And you can do that there, right? You could just dump your really unfiltered thoughts there and that's what it is. Here, you're intelligent. You think about things, you filter your thoughts, and you really try to be very intentful, very peaceful. And we can tell when you don't filter your thoughts and you just, brain dump your stuff here. There's no room for that. I don't take any, I don't let weeds grow in my garden. So everything's beautiful here, crispy as hell. So hopefully you're able to enjoy the view as well. I think that's kind of what we're doing. It's really amazing that we're able to kind of see what's going on with our agents. So it looks like it's done some research. I got some 6 core recipes that I can make for my meals, which are coming up, which will get me to my calorie goals, and then send me a photo of the on protein label. And so cool. I'm already having this conversation with my agent that I can pick up on my phone as well. It's thinking, um, it's still thinking about it. No need for the attitude. Yeah. Are you using the Codex GUI? No, we just did the onboarding for the OpenAI. Yeah. Is the Claw doing anything on, or you just yapping? What does that mean? I've linked Hermes to my OpenClaw soul file. It seems to be working. Cool. Oh, you mean to actually have a soul? Dano, are you using the ChatGPT or are you using Opus? I'm just curious right there as well. Yeah. Okay, cool. So this is what's going on with the health and fitness here. So we have that there. A lot of stuff's going on. So yeah, that's our goal. We have basically the Mac Mini, OpenClaw, ChatGPT for the model, and our UI is going to be Telegram. So this is our stack that we're working with, and we've set up the memory. We've got the personality stuff going, and then we're going to interface with this here. So that way we'll have a coach that you can text and remembers everything. And yeah, this is what it's about. Let me know what your configuration is. If you're having trouble, I'm going to try to make a dedicated video for this, and would love to know, do you want to see the setup process, like actually speed run? I don't want to make the video more than 5 minutes long. So if you need help with the setup, because it was kind of crazy for us and how we did on the stream, let me know. I can make a dedicated video for that. If you want to see more on like what other things that you have problems with, just let me know in the comments and I will definitely make some content related to that. For example, like if you wanted to see the agent do some crazy stuff or you're having some problems in some space, let me know. Also, the other part is I'm going to try to see if I can run a cohort. And I don't think I've ran the cohort. If you go start my.ai, if you want to get on this list, go ahead and join the list right now. And I want to try to see if I can get something going before I head to Hawaii. So that way we can kind of talk to each other and say, okay, I try to set up my OpenClaw because I want everyone to be on the same journey with me right now. So don't feel like you're behind. If you try to get this set up and things kind of broke for you, let me know. Just go ahead and get on the list. And that way you can get on the list and then we can kind of have like a little mini cohort and kind of a powwow to make sure that, you know, all of our OpenClaws are ready for this health and fitness journey. Because I think this is probably the most important time of our lives to really just get focused, get locked in, get that body right, right? So get the body right, get the mind right. It's going to just allow us to really just crush it here. So that's what's up. Hermes does not have all of them, the soul, personality, etc. It's even self-improvement, creating skills. Okay. Easy setup. It's really good. Think about it. Give it a try. Yeah, I'll have to try again because I keep trying and I keep not getting too excited about its results. So I'll have to come back to it. I think I might revisit it in the next month or so after it makes some more improvements and see, you know, what's happening there specifically. Hermes model for doing other tasks besides like, you know, soul related type of things seems to work really well. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's 2:00 right now. I got to head on out to San Francisco. Go to your favorite offices. Tomorrow, I might have a very special live stream. I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to be allowed to stream yet. I haven't got permission, but I'm going to be around different offices in San Francisco, from Post Hog to Convex to I don't know where. And my boy Mickey, or Ross Mike, if you guys know him from online, I might be able to hang out with him too. So we've got a lot of stuff going on tomorrow. Tomorrow will probably be an IRL stream, but it's not really in the books yet. So stay tuned. Make sure you stay tuned for that. Hit that like and subscribe. Get on that list at startmy.ai, and I will see you guys very soon. Peace out, y'all.